by the end of Pocket's run, which I assume will be 3 or 4 weeks' time, we should recategorize every part of the human body.
I like a shapely calf.
I know you do.
In a man?
Yeah.
The male nipple is the pinky toe of the pectorials.
Can you just stick to sex magic?
It never existed.
Built around.
It never existed.
You mean chaos? You mean nothing and everything?
Nose is the cock of the face, and then the calf is the boob of the leg.
Yeah.
And
The little toe is the testicle of the foot.
It is?
The boobs are like, they are to be looked at sometimes, not to be looked at. That's how people, women show them off.
Stupid.
So Peter,
Do they?
Women show them off.
back to Nick thing.
first reaction to what a breast
Someone else talk now.
Hello, I'm Nick Byer. Welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday, the 22nd of October. Tonight on the show, kart racing, talk backing, and viewer gifting. But I can't do all that alone. Did I say I'm your host, Nick Boy Richardson?
Don't know.
I said Nick Boy, but not Nick Boy Richardson.
Yeah.
I feel like you deserve the full intro.
Yeah.
Strapping young man
He's going to
you
do it again
are.
from the
Peek him
top.
wide again.
He's going to do it again from the top.
Hey, I'm Nick Boy. Welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday, the 22nd of October. My name is Nick Boy Richardson. And tonight on the show, Mario karting, talk backing, and viewer gifting. But I can't Santa it alone, so I brought...
Gus, who knows now that the boobs are not to be looked at. Never.
And Steph, who is hungry like the wolf.
Ooh, very
shirt
nice.
materials.
Yeah,
very
thank
nice.
you.
And Peter, who is couldn't frame out the mess that we made in the studio today. So you can see a little bit of it here.
Yeah.
And you're going to
That's
see
it.
a lot of it very soon.
If that's it, then that's fine.
The
rest of the places are fucking dark.
because I was like, normally the studio is a bit of, you know, like it's a work.
I would say creatively chaotic.
Yeah, it's a fucking trash heap.
Yeah.
But today, especially, you're going to see a lot of it, and it's wild. But this is organized chaos. I really enjoy what's going to happen.
It is.
later on.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, stick around. We're not going to spoil it for you now.
Oh, I've already put it all over my Instagram.
Just check Steph's Instagram.
It was hype. It was hype.
It was. We have built a track, as mentioned in the intro. We'll be running a time trial of, as I'm calling it, the low-key loop.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Very nice.
That's
We're doing the
nice.
Back Pocket Grand Prix, and we'll be
How
running.
many names does this thing have?
That's all I had.
The coolest thing about it too is that, like, you know, in Mario Kart where there are like real world things that come in and can disrupt, you know, kart racing.
We have one.
Scardy.
Yeah.
It was just like seems like a giant dinosaur crashing about the track
Yeah.
as you're trying to drive
We'll
around.
rev her up, and if anything, get her off the track. She's right now lying across the finish line. Might make things a bit hard.
You can see a bit of
She's
fur
totally
on-
unfazed by it too, so she'd just lie there.
It's just like, this is all totally normal. So I was going to tell you something before the show started. And then I was like, I'll save it for the show. Because that's the burden of producing content, is that you can no longer just enjoy conversations with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
It all has to be...
You've got to make it a bit.
Yeah. I lost this week 120,000 Qantas frequent flyer points.
Ouch.
Which, I mean, if it was dollars, I wouldn't have been here and I would be off stalking whoever took my money. But still, the frequent flyer point loss, that sucks.
This is a thing?
Wait,
Yeah.
did you lose them because you haven't used any?
Because I haven't used any in a year. But also I haven't...
But didn't they put a thing in place? This is a weird thing to bring up right now.
No, people need to know.
But
no
didn't they
one's
put a
traveling.
thing in place? Because I got like my status credits were renewed for a year free.
Oh, you would think so. And so I contacted them. I was like, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere for ages. I can't leave the country. And what the fuck are you doing to me? And they were like, oh, there's nothing we can do about that. What you can do is if you keep earning points the next 6 months, then you can get those points back.
I was about to say, did you just stop earning points?
Well, I don't use it for anything other than flights.
No. Did you stop earning them, though? Because
That's what I mean. I don't use it
But
for anything other than
don't you
flights.
link it to your supermarket and stuff?
Well, now I fucking haven't I?
Uber.
That was the thing.
You get double Qantas frequent flyer points on Uber.
Really?
You get Uber Qantas frequent flyer point bonuses for ordering Uber Eats.
Oh my God.
Special thanks to Qantas. Fly free to Melbourne right now.
No, fuck you, Qantas. Give me my points back. That's messed up. That's messed up. Like, don't reward me for flying on your admittedly pretty wonderful airline and then remove that. Like,
They should have at least sent you some warning emails.
Where are my warning emails?
You should get warning emails.
Where is my literature? You know?
Did you read the newsletter?
The only time I ever see, I get the newsletter in my email, like once a month or something, and every month it just comes, and I check the top, and it says, you have 120 freaking fly points, and I'm like, damn yeah. And then I found out by getting the newsletter, and I checked, it says, you have 0 freaking, what the fuck?
Oh no.
So there you go. That's
Ouch.
That's where mentally I am today.
Yeah,
So we'll see how
okay.
tonight's show is going to go. We don't have too much housekeeping to do. I feel like we're all just in a good spot.
We are, yeah. I think apart from the fact that I'm wearing what I wore last week, Steph's wearing a shirt with a novelty something on the front of it, and you're wearing what
It's
I
a
want
wolf.
Sorry, I mean a print. Said novelty wasn't
I
the right
bought
word.
this from a trendy fashion store.
Novelty is not the right word. I meant with something written on it.
Can you get me some?
Yeah.
No, hang on. My point was I was giving him
Next week, I have a shirt that is a replica of the wolf, the 3 wolf Howling
Oh,
in the Moon
yeah.
shirt,
But
but
what's
it's 3 porgs.
Oh, of course, the Star Wars.
I was going to wear it, so that is a novelty shirt. You would be able to say that, but not this one, which is from a real fashion store that I paid money for.
Next week, novelty shirt. No, I was going to say Nick's shirt looked incredibly comfortable. And so I was going to pay a compliment to him about his shirt. But, I mean, he just buggered off because he's off raiding his wardrobe of assorted...
For me, he's going to make me look good.
Oh, yeah.
Is this side?
You know I hate that T-shirt. I wish you wouldn't wear it.
Ooh. I wish you'd never wear it.
What is this weird squiggle? What is it?
I dropped a biro onto myself.
It's so strange.
Now he's wearing a groovy jacket. And as we know in pocket law...
Yep.
Or Peter and Gus law, if Peter wears a jacket, Gus wants that jacket.
Yeah.
What is a porg? P-O-R-G. The porgs from Star Wars? I think it was Rise of... No, the Force Awakens? Force Awakens, the porgs.
No, the second one.
Yeah, it's
So
from
Rise
Last Jedi.
Skywalker.
Last Jedi?
Last Jedi.
The porgs
yeah.
are in Last Jedi. Okay.
Are you laughing because it was such a good impression?
No, I'm laughing because it's something else. And someone in the
good.
chat might get it, but maybe they won't, and then I'll get away with that one. All right, it is time to move on with the show. Pete, you're looking very smart. Covered out that T-shirt that Steph hates.
I want it.
That's the
do
most
hate
important
it.
thing. I want it. All right, what do you want? Video games. That's what you want. Let's get into it with what we've been playing this week. I'm just saying, what you all been playing? And this segment is brought to you by Brent Jones, aka LOWKICAT, our favorite. Oh, yeah.
I saw in the rundown. Have you written something for this?
There's
Or is-
always no. This.
Oh, that's always there.
This
You
is
just-
the first one that I wrote. Should I go back to it?
I reckon go back to it.
Our gaming week is brought to you by LOWKICAT. If a laphund isn't your scene, then why not a lap cat? Scotty might be the official dog of Low-Key and Back Pocket, but LOWKICAT is the official cat. He has all the perks of a cat and none of the downsides. His hair goes down to his nips, which is true, but he never sheds. Not sure about that one. He's a self-described wannabe sommelier. Is that how I say that?
Sommelier.
So he's pretentious, but can also get you drunk. Plus, he's not around right now, which is pretty much on point for cats in my experience. LOWKICAT is a cat with a credit card who gave us money to say this. He worked for a cat.
Right. Okay, that was right
Oh,
at the
I like
start.
that.
Before
I like that one.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
we worked out it was the song and not an actual cat, and then we've since unpacked the lore that is Loki.
He writes a good spiel, Nick boy.
How is Cat Boss not a reality show?
Like
There's got to
where,
be something in Cat Boss.
where people work for a cat?
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up right now. Cat Boss. Images for Cat Boss?
Cat Boss India, I reckon.
If your boss was a cat,
Or
Bored
Japan.
Panda has made a cartoon about this, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely feels like something. This
Cat Boss is that there is actually like a series of webcomics, and it's like it works in an office. It's a full man with the head of a cat, and it like comes into the office meeting and like puts a dead mouse on the desk and walks out, and they're like, oh, thanks, and then just like, or it stands in the meeting and just knocks
Perfect.
someone's mug off. So that is actually a very funny.
Better than I could have envisioned.
We will, I promise we will get to...
The
I
games?
won't be able to find this fast enough. I don't think so. We will get to the show. Can I just say something crap about Channel 7 for a second?
Sure.
So I did read an article where they've ditched My Kitchen Rules and House Rules. They've dropped them from the schedule.
No rules.
No rules, but they are bringing back Australian Idol,
Oh, okay.
which is interesting. And so then but the quote was that the head of programming said, that the broadcast was looking to be attention-grabbing and disruptive, and then followed that up by saying, we're de-risking the schedule by commissioning proven formats from around the world. We're not in the programming development game anymore. We're about proven formats. So I'm like, how is that attention-grabbing and disruptive
Yeah.
to be commissioning Australian Idol?
I mean, are they disrupting the current trend of which is to try and shape
Try
rattle
new things.
cages? So they're disrupting that.
Oh, by going back to the
norm.
safe, potentially.
There you
I don't
go.
think I don't think free-to-air broadcast television has tried something new in ages. In fact, most of the formats for reality shows we have here are bought formats from other countries.
Totally.
So other countries
we
have
weren't-
taken the risk
Australian
with Masked
Ninja
Singer and
wasn't made up in Australia.
yes,
There was an
Australian
American version of
Ninja.
Australian Ninja. Very awkward.
There you go. And we will get onto games in 1 second, but I'll just say one more thing. This could get us what?
This better be
This could get us
good.
what?
This
No,
better be better than frequent flyer points
It is.
and Channel 7's
is.
poor lineup.
This could get us work. That as a company, we have a pitch deck for Outback Musical, where we go to a small country town with Australia's beloved number one son, triple threat Hugh Jackman, and use it. And in 1 month, Hugh Jackman helps that town put on a musical and revitalizes this tiny country town. And it's a documentary about feeling good, getting the bakers to sing fucking
I just don't
whatever.
feel like Hugh Jackman's there yet. I feel like you need to get like Rob Millsy Mills.
Oh, you mean like on the downward,
Oh, I
the
see.
downward
Yeah.
side?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But we put this on Netflix,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he'll be happy.
this
He'll
is
be happy.
beautiful.
Yeah,
But it's
okay,
gonna have, It's going to have the Olympic effect. There's going to be 3 new prop shops and costume stores that open in Albury Wodonga.
That's true.
And then Hugh Jackman will
and a
leave.
huge bespoke theatre.
and then it'll
It's
all
used
close
as like
down
a
and
tennis
the
court
infrastructure will
afterwards.
rot.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
You realise, like, by putting these ideas out there, we don't own them 100%. So someone could now take that idea and run with it.
Yeah, but at the same time, we've put this on camera, so if someone does that, we can sue them.
Okay,
And so
but
we're
can
making-
you
Okay,
just
here-
do a, can you
here
just do
are
a really
all my ideas.
a really fast-paced copyright disclaimer into the microphone right now?
We own that idea. If you take that idea, we will send all of the patrons at you, especially the $250 tier, and trust me, they come at you. They want their shit. All right, let's finally talk about video games.
Good
we spoke
idea.
about everything else. Gus, what have you been playing this week?
This week I've been playing the beta for Call of Duty Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I should say. And the beta was out over the weekend. I believe it was available to people who had pre-ordered or got codes. And then there was I think you could play it even earlier if you'd pre-ordered or something along those lines. But basically it was the multiplayer, which involved regular team deathmatch and your standard PvP multiplayer modes in a mixture of the maps from that game. But what I wanted to talk about mainly was this mode, which is called Dirty Bomb. And
It's all just jumping out of planes these days, isn't it?
It is. This was the mode that I played the most of. Overall thoughts about the actual game itself is that it's always a funny thing jumping back and forth between the Black Ops series and the Modern Warfare series. Obviously, this is by Treyarch, whereas Infinity Ward did Modern Warfare, and just those changes in terms of the controls, the time to kill, the sort of hit scan versus projectile mechanics that are in it.
It's funny that stuff doesn't carry over, but that they don't share.
Yeah, but that's the reason people are drawn to one game or the other, or they just enjoy it. It is kind of refreshing though. You play it and you're like, oh, it feels, to me personally, it feels twitchier, it feels more arcadey, but there's small changes like HUDs over people's heads, the time to kill, the health bars, stuff like that. So yeah, played through a bunch of team deathmatches and stuff. There's a cool Miami map, there's the 80s aesthetic and that sort of thing. But this was a new attempt or a new mode where basically you're in a larger map. It's not quite Warzone. I'd say it feels like about a third of the size of the Warzone map, maybe a quarter. But it's a free roaming area where you're playing in squads of 4, but there are 2 teams. And basically when you get a kill, you pick up
Uranium.
Uranium, thank you very much. You pick up uranium from the drops and you have to pick up enough of it to deposit into a bomb, and then that bomb needs to be armed by your whole team, and then it creates an area of an infected area or a radiated area that you have to hold while other people, I believe, get in there and either disarm it or it just gets you points. I haven't got the finer points of it down, but I do enjoy the idea of it's this kind of step up from a team deathmatch, which is really claustrophobic and over really quickly. I'm a massive fan of any of these modes which are kind of a larger scale and have longer term objectives. So, yeah.
Apart from like the guns, what is it about this scenario or this setting that kind of screams 80s?
Not this particular map. You're just in a kind of cabin woods area that's
Sure.
not particularly 80s. Some of the deathmatch maps, though, are set in like neon Miami in the rainstorm.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
like,
the
That's
real
cool.
Miami Vice style.
there's that map. There was a map I didn't play, which is 2 warships where you can swim between them and you go back and forth. I don't think it's going for a hardcore 80s aesthetic with the kind of bright colors and everything outside of those select
It does
maps.
seem like there's maybe like a slight filter on this that gives you a feeling or an aesthetic reminiscent of 80s TV.
The aesthetic they're going for is redacted information and all the maps and menus have like
Sorry, I know exactly what you mean, but that's still like, all right, I want this video game to be like redacted information.
but it's like all the loading
The whole
screens
vibe
have
is
things
redacted.
that have things being crossed out. There's a lot of like fonts that look like typewriters being typed up
Yeah.
and old
Yeah.
analog style signals and stuff like that. So yeah, this mode not really showing off the best element of that. But as I said, the thing I really liked, I play Plunder in Warzone at the moment, which is a mode where you're collecting cash to deposit. It's not just about the kills, so people are running around finding their own objectives, and you're running into skirmishes and running in and out of them. And I really enjoyed that more than your just head-to-head PvP stuff.
I've seen people say that they've been enjoying this beta. They haven't enjoyed like the look, the sound, the vibe of it. Did you find that at all, or?
I mean, again, for me, it's just different, and it's. I would say I probably enjoy the feel of Modern Warfare currently where it is. I feel like them redoing, sort of rebooting. Here's the weird thing: rebooting Modern Warfare the way they had felt great to play, and Warzone, of course, is a big part of that. The thing I really want to work out, and maybe people know more about this than me, is that Warzone will obviously be packaged as part of Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
So when you load up the menu, there is single player, multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies. And that's because it's free to play regardless. So there's no point in not putting it there. But I am curious about when this game is released, what changes they're going to make to Warzone, because I can't imagine they're going to change anything mechanically, like in terms of the actual responsiveness of the controls and that sort of thing, because people are currently attuned to playing it the way
Do you mean to account for like 80s weaponry or?
No, I mean like the sort of the speed of the characters running, the models moving, the speed in which you can sort of.
Irrespective of the setting.
Yes, totally.
You're just talking about like general improvements to the.
Not improvements. Are they going
differences?
to? Because it's a different engine.
Oh, okay.
Is it a different engine?
Look, again, I'm not 100% knowledgeable about it, but it feels very different to play. The speed in which you can reload, the kind of twitchiness of it, the way the models, the character models themselves move, the ragdoll is totally different. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to rework or overhaul the actual sort of the guts of Warzone, but I do think they're probably going to add a bunch. If you've got any info, Nick, please.
No, I was just looking up because I remember reading some stuff about this, that there's going to be shared progression in items.
Mm-hmm.
So things that you unlock, and again, not entirely sure, but I believe it was things that you unlock in the multiplayer of ColdWar can transfer over to Warzone, and like the blueprints or whatever that you get for weapons. So they will go over, and that they had hinted towards the idea that there will be some sort of map reworking.
Yeah.
So
I would be surprised if they didn't add or do something substantial to it as a way to make current player base interested in it, but also bring in people who come in from Black Ops who've picked up a new game, go, oh, there's Warzone, I'll try that out. But it is going to feel strange because, as I said, it's going to feel different from the multiplayer you're getting in Black Ops. Bit confusing there, sorry, but...
No, Black Death confirms that they are different engines that they built in.
Yeah, right. So, and currently Modern Warfare is in the same engine that Warzone is in, whereas Black Ops single player and multiplayer modes are going to be in a different engine than the Warzone, which is in the same menu of that game.
Yeah. So, but it could be that with how they're breaking down the new title, that if you install Warzone, you install the other engine to play Warzone. I don't think that would.
Yeah,
be,
I imagine that's what would happen. But
it
the
would
weird
be
thing,
easier to do that because otherwise they're rebuilding Warzone from ground up.
yeah, I would definitely say
So it's
that.
gotta
But
be
the
that.
weird thing will be you've bought COD, you've played through the single player, you've done some multiplayer, and then you're like, I'm going to check out Warzone, and you go in Warzone, and you're like, this feels different to play than the 15 hours I've put into Call of Duty. So
Yeah.
far. So yeah, between that and the fact that they've set this game in the 80s and Warzone is in the future or current
day,
and
I think.
how those two things tie together. They've really written themselves into a corner.
It is like they've got this 1.5 version of Call of Duty, which is Warzone in itself. Because right now, you also might be the person who doesn't have Modern Warfare, or doesn't want to buy Black Ops, and who just has the free-to-play Warzone installed.
Yeah.
And is purely playing that. So all they're going to experience is when Black Ops drops is a bunch of map changes and maybe a few weapons carrying over as well. But anyway, I digress. Back to the original point, which is that the beta I found really good fun. It felt like playing Black Ops, which is, again, just a little more arcadey, a little more fast-paced. And I did see a lot of backlash online about people saying that they weren't enjoying it, but a lot of that was down to, the lag and the hit detection, and it wasn't feeling as crisp as they used to, and that was affecting the way they played the game. I'm like, I couldn't tell any of that stuff. Maybe I'm just not good enough.
I mean, that would be people who just play so much fucking COD.
I assume so, yeah.
But there's also obviously that's part of beta testing is getting your netcode down.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of comments about people, because it was funny that you mentioned it. I saw people saying that the sound was awful.
The sound was something that everyone kept pointing out.
Really?
Yeah, like there's something like in the way that they've.
This is someone's.
And maybe it was just that it was in a weird stereo mode in the beta build.
Possibly,
and they haven't implemented any kind of 3D audio, but. Yeah, it was just weird, and I'm not interested at all. But that was what I saw in the Twitter feed. The Twitterverse was like, "This sounds awful."
For me, I'm like, the guns sound different, and because I'm hearing different things, my brain is wired to think like, it's just different. It's not bad. So nothing like that really.
The atmosphere was different in the '80s as well.
Yeah,
sound carried differently back then.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah,
I could hear better because my hearing wasn't as ruined as it is now. So maybe it was that. So that's the beta. I believe it's closed now, and then next thing will be the game coming out. So
has it made you excited, or you're already excited?
I'm leveled out. I am still keen to play it. I hope it doesn't do anything, as I said, to shake up my precious Warzone, because that's what I do spend my time in. But I'll dabble in this, and maybe there'll be a mode like this Dirty Bomb one, which is just a nice little palette cleanser in between maps of Warzone, that kind of thing. Again, like to see more ambitious multiplayer modes like this that are more creative.
Now let's go from this to the polar opposite.
Totally. And the other game I have been playing, obviously we'll be talking about it a bit later on as well, is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which is the real world Mario Kart.
That's what our
toy
looks like.
Yeah.
This was announced as part of the Mario 35th anniversary, and it is a real world kart toy that you play on Switch. And you put down a bunch of gates around your house and you race around it. It's pretty much as straightforward as that, but it is surprisingly well made. I mean, Nintendo make good stuff, but I was more surprised in the way that it feels like you can be playing Mario Kart. You're not playing this sluggish, cute add-on to a toy. You could
it looks
forget
like
you're
the
playing...
kind of thing that would be really lame and gimmicky, but
totally,
it functions really well.
It functions like Mario Kart. There's drift, there's items, there's AI that are really hard to beat, and you can at a moment's glance forget that you're playing, that the car is racing around your room. You're transfixed in the Switch version of it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually happening in my living room, which is a bit strange because you want to look up and watch that as well.
Yeah.
And I did actually realize if you do look up and just look at the cart, you can get really good at it because you're like, oh, it's so much easier to do that. But it's so much more fun to look through the Switch itself.
And I love all the kind of AR stuff that they've worked into it as well. They have those white, what do you call them, like banners and curve things. That
there's just a couple of them that you put down, and we've built one around the studio at the moment. But it's very straightforward. It's super simple in the sense that
these things.
Yeah, those little guys there.
And they light up with AR stuff in the game, so it recognizes them.
It's not covered in codes. There's no heaps of
That's what
sync
the blue things were.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask, I was like, how does it know where to put those?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the actual
It's a really clever thing in terms of like it's got these pre-built, very sturdy cardboard gates that all come pre-made, and you just fold them out, and it's just that typical Nintendo, really well-built, well-put-together sort of design. And once you put them down, you just drive the cart around, and it says, "Cool, let's map the course out." You do one slow run of it, and it looks at all the gates. It puts items under the gates. You can choose to customize them by making some gates boosters.
So
and that sort of
clever.
thing.
I love the idea that you can just keep making new courses over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a strange thing because you finish the race as well, and like Mario Kart, you're like, oh, okay, I wonder what track I'm going to do next. You're like, oh wait, no, I literally have to drive. Starting line.
What's the battery
You have
life?
to move house once a year. So
Yeah, exactly.
What's the battery life like? Because my experience of like being a kid with remote control cars, I remember that you'd have like 10 minutes of joy, and then it was like charge for another 5 hours.
Yeah.
before you
It
could
is-
play
Or
again.
you're going to need another 10 D batteries.
No, I was thinking about that as well. No, it seems really good battery life. It just charges with a USB-C cable into the Switch and plugs into the cart. Runs for a decent amount of time. And again, remembering that we come from an era where we used to have to put actual batteries or like real alkaline batteries or whatever into carts.
Petrol.
Petrol into them. No, that's really good. It's got a cute little progression system to get unlocks and stuff like that.
So, you only got Mario? We don't have
Yes.
Luigi as well?
So
is it just time trial or is there AI?
No. So what you do is you'll build a track or you'll set up a track.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, you can drive up to it and start a Grand Prix and pick a cup, and it will populate the track with these little AI versions of the Koopa kids.
Yep.
And then you will do a race, and there are basically weather and item changes that change up the way that you keep doing that same track.
And are they unlockables?
They will unlock as ones that you can apply to your own track. But when you're doing the Grand Prix, you might do this track. Right now, it's mirror. They were showing mirror mode.
Yeah.
So they do one where they flip the whole course. So they mirror it into the Switch. So as you're driving it, your left's to right and right's to left. So that's a cool way to do it. So that's a bit funky. That changes your room around. And then there are things like there's a gusty desert wind that blows you off the track. There are things.
And wait, does that...
It blows him off the track.
So it turns for you.
Correct.
well,
so
it
some-
like commandeers control.
Some of the really
car.
simple things that
That's
really
cool.
catch you out is that there is boosting as you slide around a corner, and you do it, and the camera in the game slides, but then when you get your boost, the cart goes a little faster.
Are there classic things like bananas and stuff?
Yeah. No, that's
So
all
you
there.
can slip on a banana, the car
When
spins out a little
your
bit.
AR one, when your virtual one hits a banana peel, your cart goes bzz and slows down. Same thing with shells; they hit you,
cool.
it stops the cart. So that's how that
It's a shame
works.
there's no multiplayer. Like I can't in my
So
head
there is-
feasibly understand how that would work.
So there is if you have another cart and another Switch. So you can have two player.
Oh, right.
Well, they
okay.
showed 4-player here. They showed 4.
I believe up to 4.
Marios,
Yeah.
2 Luigis.
So you would for each of those people though, they would need their own Switch and their own cart. So it's
And their
very
own copy
expensive.
of the game.
The game
which
is free.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Yes.
The game is just
That
a
makes
free
sense.
download.
That makes sense.
But basically,
Great.
if everyone came around with their handheld Switch and their
You
cart,
could race them.
you basically point them all at the same TV to make sure they're all synced up. You all get the same track once it's set up, and you all race each other.
So do you have to like set up the track for each individual car?
No, once you'd set it up once, every other cart would know and
Shares.
work it out and share that info.
Shared
as well.
knowledge.
Yeah, it does some weird stuff like that you do look at and go, that's really cool. The cool one is a chain
really
chomp.
impressive.
There's a chain chomp enemy attack, which when you get stuck to your cart, a chain chomp starts yanking your car left and right and takes it off the track. And again, your little cart is going "Boo," and driving off, which sucks if you drive off the carpet and suddenly you literally can't get back off a rug. And I'm like, well, that sucks. I have to move him around.
How's the TED asks an interesting question. Do you know if you can photocopy the signboards to create more content? Like
You can.
So the game has an unlimited amount of things that you can register?
Maybe the signboards, yes, but the gates themselves, the game knows that there are 4 gates to make a track.
Okay.
So I don't know how making more of the gates themselves would help you make a bigger track. You can just make those, if you had a huge living room or a tennis court, you could make...
Set them far apart.
It's the time in between the gates is as much as you want it to be. So once you
Right,
drive
okay.
through a gate, you put paint on your wheels in the virtual world, and then you draw draw that track out with the cart.
Yeah,
so you could make it this huge squiggly thing that takes an hour to get through, as long as you go through those 4 gates at
But
once.
the arrow boards, you could have a bajillion of those potentially.
Yeah, they don't actually do anything outside of just look nice and help people work out where to go. But as you've seen in the trailer, and we've done here as well, it encourages you to use stuff around your house to make this kind of fun track, which again,
I like that.
The last thing I'll say about it is amazing is that even at 50cc, there's 50, 100 and 150. At 50cc, the cart is absolutely snail pace getting around your house.
Yeah.
But the fisheye lens and the way you look at it just feels like you're actually driving.
I noticed that even when I was watching you do it before, I was like, wow, it's not like it's moving crazy fast, but on the screen, it's like,
which is great because you don't want to be out of control and you don't want the laps to be over in like a few seconds. I did make a track in my kitchen. I was like, 1, 2, 3, we're done. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, a little bigger.
So, yeah, the speed thing is very clever. I think that works really well.
Yeah.
So my 2 things. One, the range seems to suck.
Yeah, it's not fantastic. Obviously, what we were trying to work out is I think the cart itself is syncing with what we believe it must be the Switch unit itself. Is the guess.
Right, okay.
So tennis court feasibly might not work.
Correct. It also says, don't do it outside, don't go off ramps. I was like, oh, pfft. But we've made a couple of little ramps in here just to get over some cables.
They're little ramps. They're speed bumps.
They're just speed bumps in here. So it does use the Switch, I assume, as its point of sort of control or to get to the TV to show that you're actually playing off it. If you're in handheld mode, which is how you can play it, you could sit in the middle of your track. Or you could go to the tennis court. So you could do this whole thing and then make sure you pop yourself in the most centralized point to have range the whole time.
Theoretically, you could follow
You could follow your cart around if you wanted to try and do that and make a massive track. But unfortunately, the range isn't great.
Race it around you.
Correct. And unfortunately, the range isn't great. And I did it once in my kitchen and my TV's in the other room and there's one brick wall in between us. And I went round, disappeared, and it really started getting the crackly thing. It's like, oh, might be losing connection. And that can mess you up because the little virtual cart's going there, but he's not.
They'll probably release some kind of range booster that you buy for an extra
It's a Labo. It's a Labo kit.
One thing I will
build
say
a router out of cardboard.
I do remember that the original Switch, which is what I have a launch Switch, I vaguely remember them saying they don't have great Wi-Fi and just in general.
Oh, I should have brought in mine.
So, well, you've got a mini, you've got the light, but the light doesn't dock. So we couldn't watch it. The audience couldn't watch it with us. Yeah, we've thought this all through.
Yeah.
But I think the lights might have better Wi-Fi range. And again, you can play this whole thing handheld. You don't need to dock it. So
my second question.
Please.
Because this all sounds phenomenal.
It is.
I'm just like, I'm putting it all in.
It is a thing that when you do it, you're like, Nintendo, you cheeky buggers. You really found this fun thing to do.
Steph and I loved Labo.
Yep.
The day we put Labo together.
We did.
And then we never
Laboed again.
where we stored Labo. So
to this day, no idea where it is.
are you going to play this game again, regardless of the fact that we're actually giving it away to a viewer?
The reason
Remember that he lives alone.
Oh shit!
Ouch.
Okay, here's the thing. I would save this for post-show. That little depression.
Are you going to
I
masturbate
feel
while
like you've
playing?
I feel like you've been playing with your cat, and it's like your cat enjoys it. And it's cute.
Lando actually loved it and would chase it around. He was intrigued by it. But we're giving it away on tonight's show. Thank you. Because part of me ran it.
I'm the asshole on this.
Yeah.
I can be spicy too, sometimes.
No, me personally, not at all. It is it is not a kid's toy, but it is a toy, and I love playing with toys. But it is one of those things that when here you go, 4 people are racing now. That's insane. I didn't know you could do that. It is perfectly catered for. I would love to play this with my niece and to set it up with family friends who have kids and play it with them or watch them play it.
Yeah.
It is. Look,
It's like when people come over, you fish this thing out.
totally. It is one of those things as well that I think you'd go, oh, look, everyone, you set the track up, you race it around your apartment, that kind of thing.
Is it just the red and green cars?
Yeah, it's just Mario and Luigi are the 2 that you can get at the moment.
And did I see there's cosmetics?
They're gonna capitalize on that for
digital
think so?
avatars?
Yes, and you do the coins that you pick up, and there's like a free roam mode where you can just drive around your house and look at stuff. It just puts coins around. The coins you pick up, you can unlock outfits and custom carts because obviously what it's doing is it's changing the digital overlay of what you're seeing. So you get a new hat for Mario. He drives around the course. We'll show it off when we actually boot up the game later on.
Yeah, nice.
For that part. But yeah, look, it's it's a heap of fun to show off to people and to maybe have like, but again, kids at a sleepover, I think would have like an awesome time taking turns and doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you're a solo Switch player like myself, no, I don't. There's something sad about picking up all the gates at the end. Versus turn console off, go read a book or something like that.
In fairness, Peter and I don't talk to each other at home. We live at opposite ends of the house, so we may as well.
There you go.
I would put little messages or like sweets on the back of the cart and drive it into the
No, you wouldn't. The range would never get there.
Well, better eat the lollies then. But yeah, really, really cool. And look, to finish, it was one of those things that I just had to play to feel how it played.
So excited by it.
Yeah, I am, and it was one of those things I just need to know, like, does it work? And yeah.
How much is it?
I believe it's like 130 possibly for the card.
I'm gonna say you're right.
You know what? They sell like plastic cars of like Mario or statues of Mario and stuff for that amount, and they don't do anything other than look cool. And this looks really cool.
It drives well, and you could actually boot it up and just go
$150.
150, 149. You could just boot it up and walk around your house if you were a kid, like driving it around your house and driving like under couches and stuff. Again, we'll see it, but the fisheye makes like your house feel like it's a house for giants, and you drive under a couch, and it's really, it's quite amazing.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, good fun.
Cool. Well, we'll see much more of that later on the show.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Okay, so I've been playing a few things this week.
All right.
I've been playing Destiny 2,
Yeah, you have.
which you guys were talking about, and I was like, oh, we should all play together. Playing without you.
Yeah, you.
I don't...
No, I'm fine playing without me. That's okay. Are you playing with other people?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to do a raid tomorrow night. It's going to be great.
Oh, what?
I invited you. Not to the raid, but I invited you to
You
play.
did? Yes. Sorry, I thought you were talking to me.
You were
Message-
busy picking up your gates.
Message read, no response. All the time.
cold.
Every
Very
time
busy.
I try, see, like you only respond to insults. Every time I try to be friends with you, you ignore me. This is the real truth.
No, it's
Guys, back up. It's
people
been like
need
one of
to
my
know.
busiest weeks, or like off the back of one of my busiest weeks.
I was going to say, technically last week was your busiest week, so shut the fuck up. No, you've been great.
You can just be like,
You've been great, and you do
you could
so
just be
much
like,
work.
no thanks.
And I should have.
I it was one of my classic red, went, no thanks, didn't write that, put it down, Steph knows how I feel. I also was like, I don't have time to level up and raid.
Your silence says everything.
Talk to me about death.
Yeah, okay. So I'm very like overall anti-MMO. I don't like the grind. I find it very like job listy in the worst way. A lot of games are job listy, but I feel like MMOs typically are. And I guess like the isometric detachment of most MMOs without the like story that really kind of pulls you in makes me feel like I'm not connected to the game or the world. So I found that I've never really gotten into like any MMO, like since WoW, which I didn't really get into either. It was just like at a time when I was still discovering games. But there's something about this that I think it feels more like an action adventure shooter with MMO elements. And I think as far as shooters go, it's so forgiving that I suddenly feel myself in an environment like where I enjoy playing a shooter and there's no penalty for death, so I can just be trash and it doesn't matter. And I like the kind of different elements that are involved. It's very like almost arcadey in the way that you kind of, enemies are just kind of popping up in a really accessible...
Pop out of them.
Yeah. And in fact, they sometimes just infinitely spawn from like alien like portals in the sky and you just keep shooting them. I'm really, really...
And you just keep shooting.
You just keep doing
They keep coming down to say hi and be friends and say, like,
We come
People in the chat were saying that it's not an MMO, and that you were saying that it has elements of the MMO, and it's because you like it. Yes, it's
Yeah,
an MMO.
I feel like it is an MMO. I think Destiny fans don't like to call it an MMO, and I think even like Bungie have said, well, yes, it's an MMO, but let's call it more a shared world action RPG.
oh, one
Which
of those
is like such a wank.
SWORPG.
Yeah.
Plastic
It's a
catchphrase.
shared world action RPG. It's totally an MMO. I'm sorry.
it absolutely is.
But it doesn't feel like one, which I think is what is important about it. The other thing is just that the game world is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Isn't
Like,
it? The art design in that is fantastic.
I tend to enjoy fantasy more than sci-fi, but the landscapes and the world design, all the planets feel really different. I understand now the connection between like the world and the race that kind of comes with it, and I'm trying to understand the lore. But there is a lot.
It's full on. And
Don't.
There is a 4-hour video online that you can watch that tells you all of the lore. Because
I've watched it. Don't watch it. Okay. None of it's important. There's an egg. There's an egg in the sky. That's the only thing you need to know.
The thing is, there's so much like backstory before even the start of Destiny 1.
Yeah, no. Don't watch
that tells you all about the traveler and how it kind of went.
Is it the guy with the nice voice?
Yeah.
Don't watch it. You won't remember any of it.
I didn't. I found a 30-minute abridged version.
It's dancing in front of a door while people all wait for a door or a ghost to do something.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to feel motivated to understand what I'm doing and why. And I want to, when they bring out new expansions, I want to be like, oh, this is a huge development in the overarching story. Like, I want to be involved in that rather than just like shooting gallery stuff. But it's just like they don't make it easy for you.
No, it really is just from what I remember, basically just trying to learn like the 3 or 4 main races of enemies that you'll be fighting. It's like Vex and Qatar or
let me just
and that's all I cared about.
Let me just dip into one of the things that I tried to learn because one of the race that I chose is Awoken.
Okay.
Which
the race or the class?
The race.
Yeah. Right. You pick a race.
Class is Warlock.
Oh, it is true. Yeah, my mistake.
They're like blue.
Yep.
And I think they're kind of like an advanced form of human because when the Traveler arrived at Earth and protected the Earth from the darkness and fought back the darkness with energy, it created a singularity that one of the escaping Earth Exodus ships got caught in, which created a mini-universe. And time within that mini-universe moved really quickly. So the humans in that universe advanced. And when they finally emerged, everyone back on Earth is still trash. And they're like, well, we need to go forth and like give our knowledge and future technology to Earth to help them survive. And
quick, a portal of aliens, shoot them all!
So that's what I learned. I think that's right. But like that's the kind of thing that was like the tiniest drop in the ocean.
I love that. And
if that's true, that is beautiful, and the game does a fucking awful job.
Well, Nick just questioned that, and you've played a shitload of this game, and you're like,
yeah,
that's
totally.
a thing?
I mean, admittedly, I skipped through all the story because like
you went, ooh, I'll be a sexy purple person.
Yeah, but I think I'm sure you're right.
Yeah,
sure you're right.
Yeah.
It feels right. Someone in the chat said earlier, is it too late to get into Destiny 2? It's definitely not, because you are, and I dip back into it, and you will be before the expansion comes out. And I realized this is actually perfect, because we're all going to actually be Destiny proficient when Beyond Light comes out.
Yeah.
And that could be something that we could all, like, if not play together, experience at the same time.
Yeah, totally. I think
I just wish someone would invite me.
Oh my god.
Joking.
She's so mad about being left on red.
Beyond Light is the substantial update, or
it's like the new
next
expansion. Yeah.
Okay, right.
And it's like, but the reason that it's a good time to jump in for everyone who hasn't played and is interested is that this is also when they're going to be vaulting a bunch of old content, streamlining the game so that you don't feel like there's just a years worth of content that you need to make your way through. It's going to be a much more focused experience.
Totally.
So.
I guess.
Oh, yeah, I played with AVEXIA.
Hey, AVEXIA fucking
Who
loves Destiny.
Who is in deep, man.
Oh, yeah.
In deep.
Yeah.
That man's logo is a Vex. Like, come on. No, I was just going to ask, because obviously the thing was that we all thought Destiny 1 was going to be this like long-term game that just keeps updating. And then they're like, there's Destiny 2. And now they've gone from Destiny. That was Activision. And now they're like, no, Destiny 2 will be the one that we continue to support.
Yeah.
And now with all the vaulting and Beyond Light? Beyond Light sounds like, is that a step towards what could have been kind of 3?
Oh, definitely they're going to just ditch 2.
From what I've read, that this update will mark a kind of halfway point through the life cycle of content for Destiny 2.
Yeah, cool.
But I think that they're not. My understanding is they're planning on never releasing a Destiny.
Look, never say never, Nick.
Well, potentially, but continuing to just like they can overhaul everything, but not do that. Hey, here's a new boxed thing.
Yeah,
is that Activision? It came out that Activision basically forced them into that.
Yes,
scenario.
that's
right. Well, like in the same way that Activision have forced Blizzard into releasing Overwatch 2, and everyone's like, what?
That's a thing.
Yeah, Overwatch 2. Guys, Pete, give me my single.
He's on it.
Pete, closer on the single.
Pete, give me my single.
Overwatch 2 is coming. Did you even remember that? No, you definitely didn't. I just shocked you by reminding you that Overwatch 2 is a game that you're going to have to buy. ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Okay, good. You're having fun though.
I'm really, really enjoying it, but almost like I'm also getting that like inner terror of like I think about it more than I should.
Yeah.
You know, just because like the urgency I have to level up.
Yeah.
Because what are you now? Like, where are you?
I'm like 820.
Okay, right. Oh, right. Okay. And what are you?
So I'm early. And look, I posted a picture of my character on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because
you're like 9 something.
No, I'm
he's
1,060.
something.
I've hit the
smashed.
I've hit the
cool.
level cap.
Okay, cool. I'm like just
gear
below the
cap.
light cap.
What are the numbers?
Yeah.
I thought it was just light level now.
They changed the way that the progression was.
Ah, this is why.
Because I actually played with Joe Reardon, GOG.
Oh, GOG.
GOG.
Good game fans,
Good
I remember.
game. Yeah.
GOG the other day, and he had played a lot of Destiny 2, but not recently. And I think when I made a character, what do you start at? 750, but then you
750.
But you're at 1,000 within 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true.
You're at 1,000 within 6 or 7 hours.
Well, that's not true.
She just can't stop
Anyway.
thinking about it.
You play the game however you want to play the game.
Yeah, totally.
Shut up, you guys. I posted a picture of my character on Instagram and I was like, look how cool my character looks. I was like, oh, your gear's blue.
No, oh no.
She's been,
yeah.
guys,
Never
she's
do
been
that. People
reading
so
the
mean
lore.
about it.
I've been reading the lore.
True, she's been
Come
reading the lore.
on.
Come on, guys.
Sorry, Pete,
someone
you were
else
playing
talk.
with GOG and he...
Yeah, so GOG has played a lot.
Yep.
Had a lot of legendary gear and exotic gear, sorry, and was rocking it. And we were just like walking through some of the old content now that is new to all of us who have only just started playing during this since it's been free. And he was like 890 and was
Cardboard Cowboy just rated us with 447 people.
Hey!
But Sith Cat sent us is the message.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sith Cat. Well done. You corralled the man of board.
Hey everybody! Just very quickly, welcome to all the Cowboy viewers. We're called Back Pocket. We're a variety, gaming, news, entertainment show. We all used to be on TV, and then all our TV shows got cancelled. So we're like, fuck it, we just have to go to the internet now. And now we're talking about Destiny 2, and the 3/4 of the couch have rediscovered their love for Destiny 2, and all trying to convince the sex
us.
magician.
Some of us have been busy setting up courses in their lonely apartment to play Mario Kart. So, yeah. Peter?
Yeah,
finally?
so there's a heap of content even for people who have played. There's so much content.
Okay.
I'm not surprised they're vaulting stuff. There's kind of a desperation at the moment with like 20 days left until Beyond Light drops, and it's like, all this content's going to go away.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is overwhelming.
I'll get in it tomorrow.
It is overwhelming.
No, you get him when it starts, and you'll be fine.
The fashion is also a big motivator.
So good.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's so good. This is what, and I will say it very quickly because I've said it over and over. This is the Marvel Avengers shit. Where you just go, this is what Destiny got right. Destiny does
yeah.
fashion, clothes, armor, all that stuff so well. The shaders, the different combinations of shit, and then you just go to Marvel and you go, this is why I will never continue in the end game of your game.
One of my
This is
favorite
what I
things
actually-
about all of Destiny 1 and what was in 2, obviously in 2, the big part of it is like when it's not just the aesthetics of the armor, it's like you'd get a new weapon and be like, I don't want to change over to that weapon, and then you'll try it and be like, burst round rifle, it's a more powerful one, I will equip it because I want to be more powerful, and it'll train you to try a different weapon. It's like one of the few games that has made me play with all the weapon styles because I'm just curious about how powerful it is.
We should make a back pocket clan. That's so true. That's
You're right.
awesome.
We had, yeah. We had a screenplay clan, but then Cowboy viewers, Channel 7 cancelled our TV show. Okay, cool. I'm so excited about this. I mean, the only disappointing thing is that Beyond Light comes out like the same week as Valhalla and Cyberpunk. And, like, all
the most stressful time
yeah, it comes
of year.
You could, yeah. Oh, it's fucked. Anyway, what else you been playing?
Well, we got a Quest 2.
Hey!
Yay! So we've been playing some VR games. I've just dabbled in a few things so far. I played Hollow Point VR because it was an archery game that was suggested to me, and I like archery.
Yes, you do.
And I'm also interested in VR, like from a fitness perspective. Like I just want to. I do a lot. I don't do a lot of moving at the moment. I try to get out of the house, but I'm really lazy at the moment.
and you got that, and you looked at it and you're like, I want to sweat on this thing.
Yeah, I do. I want to sweat all over it. And I just saw some videos online of people playing this particular
Good sound?
Oh, sorry.
this particular game, which gets quite hectic and gets you moving quite fast.
Is it kind of is it like
it's just like a
Beat Saber, but
well, no, it's not really a music rhythm thing. It's more just like a dojo challenge type thing. But as someone who has dabbled in real life archery,
of course,
it was nice to kind of get the one-to-one comparison, because I feel like when you play VR, you always want to look for the little details that they've included to make it feel like some sort of facsimile of the real life thing. And there's this really
Can you
wonderful...
explain for our younger viewers what a facsimile is?
That was a word before a fax machine was a word. But what they've done here that's really nice is obviously you have like the sounds coming through when you knock an arrow and the swoosh when it goes, but also there's this really nice haptic feedback that you get in the controller as you pull back the string that gets kind of more intense as you pull it. It's never going to replace the weight of a real bowstring, but it's just like a nice thing. And the thunk of the arrow is really good.
My understanding is that and the thunk, that's like 95% of firing.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like that. You nail that. The rest of it could be whatever.
The rest is after they shoot it and they do that one, the cool one where they drop the bow,
they
swing the bow on their finger, and they're like, all good. Archery is predominantly in a lot of VR games I've played because it's obviously something that uses both hands, and as a form of projectile combat, it's just like it's great in all VR. I've found bow options are great.
The one-to-one accuracy is really, really good. You fire arrows in this version at cubes, but I think there's a Steam version that if you hook it up to Steam, you can play like against figures of people who are running around.
Yeah, cool.
Right, so your GPU can render a human to shoot
That's right, as opposed to just a box.
You can do a box.
Yeah, it can do a box. But the box also shoots back at you, so you have to dodge projectiles, which I didn't understand at first. I thought that I was shooting the box and then getting like box points. So I was like, yay, I killed that box and I got the box energy from it. Like, next. And then it was like, you failed. And I was like, why?
Too many box points. I highly recommend, I know I talked about it a lot in the past, but I'd highly recommend In Death Unchained, because it is that one that's like a dungeon crawler that's all bow and arrow.
Yeah, okay.
And it's the one where you use the bow and arrow to move as well. So it's no nauseating movement. It's all the one where you lob the arrow. There's like trigger fires a real arrow, A button fires a moving arrow that when it hits, you go there. And you go through these dungeons, and the archery is the thwonking of an arrow into an evil monk's head.
The only issue that I had, apart from the box points thing, was that sometimes the arrow would kind of bug out and I couldn't release it. And that happened quite frequently. And when I watch videos of people playing it, it doesn't seem to be an issue for them. So I don't know if it's like specific to this
I think the issue with Quest have said is any controllers going behind your head or maybe away from the cameras around the side. So if you're coming right past here, that's when it kind of uses an algorithm to guess where you are, but it can't get one-to-one. So if you're pulling it past the headset, the camera can't see it. It can still work. You can still grab things from around, but that is a trickier area. So maybe these ones.
Yeah, maybe
front facing.
Like
a real archer.
Because I have the Quest. You have the Quest.
We have. Yep.
Did you guys have a Quest or
No?
No.
This is our first foray into VR. It was very exciting when it arrived.
So we had seen. I'd read that the quality is better on the screens, that there's a jump up in the processing and all that sort of stuff, and that it's like a significant it's significant, but it's not dramatic, I suppose. But the one of the bigger things is the comfort of the headset and stuff. Would you mind if I
sure.
put that on? Because
I don't have a lot to compare it to except for PlayStation VR.
I had to go because I've in my Quest a lot, and the darks and the blacks are definitely more crisp. There's a little less fly screening.
Oh, the dark. I read that the blacks are more washed out.
That's what I thought, but again, it's one of those weird things that unless you had them side by side and you're switching them back and forth. And Steph said, how much more comfortable is it? Turns out, obviously putting it on my gigantic head, the straps was squeezing so hard. I was like, it's not that comfortable, but I didn't want to fuck with the strap settings.
No, this is 10 times more comfortable. That softness is so much
It feels pretty comfortable to me. I think I'm still getting used to...
lighter.
I also bought like another $150 for another freaking different strap or something. I don't know. It hasn't arrived yet, but
it's not out with it yet. But there's a Pro strap which has got a tension.
$150.
I think that's what
apparently
For a strap?
You guys can talk about that on the way home.
Yeah. Apparently it's great. Basically, it's a firmer strap that holds its shape, and then it's all about the big circle one at the back.
Well, I'd love to get some
pushes
weight
there.
off the front.
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what
weight
that-
that sits here, I'm still getting used to.
And so
what
that's
that
even
does.
more comfortable than the initial Quest because that weight gets really intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a whole like cottage industry of
Massively.
add-ons and shit for VR headsets, and yeah, stuff like you're talking about.
I've got a custom one of these guys, the bits that fit around the eyes, that isn't great that I got for the Quest, but there is a Pro strap for the original Quest, and it's all about basically more support at the back, and it has that thing where you can tighten it by clicking in, going click, 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 and it puts all the pressure on the back of their head, but it takes it all off the front of the forehead.
And also what you'll...
Well, I say all of that, they're always still going to feel
if
weird
you
after
use
it.
a link cable to connect it to the PC,
Yeah.
you'll definitely want to get something that and I just bought sort of like a pack of 100 from Amazon for like $5. These little stick-on cable threader things where you just clip it in, because the link cable goes in the front, and then all the work they've done to make it all light gets removed because you suddenly got this cable hanging down, dragging your headset down. So you clip it on and like run it along the back, and then run it down your back like a fucking Navi.
This thing's a money pit, man.
Oh, it is. The link cable is $150 by itself. It's cable. It's cable, Pete.
Yeah.
You could make it yourself. I believe in you. That's a carve one.
And then lastly, I wanted to dabble in some. I've said dabble a lot today. I'm sorry.
Stop dabbling.
I wanted to dip my toe into some music rhythm.
All right.
Okay. This is a show about feet.
Wet your whistle?
Yes.
Wet your whistle.
Yes.
That's a post-show story. If I haven't already told it, that's a classic post-show story.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Classic Gusism. Into some music rhythm games. So I played Synthriders VR, which instead of like a Beat Saber style slashing motion, you kind of just like, I guess you have like balls on your hands that you use to kind of follow the balls that are on screen.
Fingers are the balls of the hand.
Fingers are the balls of the hand. What's I guess different about it is it has these kind of rails that you ride as well, which is really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It's
more than Beat Saber?
I think so. I feel like with Beat Saber you get maybe more of an active workout because you're kind of doing a very quick slashing motion, whereas this is a little bit more kind of flowy. But I feel a bit more like a space wizard when I do this. There's something about this motion that feels more like Tai Chi as opposed to this.
There's a lot of everything in here feels like a continuation of the previous movement, whereas Beat Saber, unless you're a pro and know how to sort of flick your wrist the right way, everything's an action and a correction to get you back into that first position.
But this can still get super active, particularly if they put those blockers that you have to move around. As soon as they put something,
you get massive blocker points if you hit them all.
I was like, I've been playing it wrong. God damn it. So if you're ducking constantly, that means you're going into a squat position, and then like suddenly your heart rate is just like
totally.
So any time, and especially also if it's beat mapped to the point where you're using the full height range of motion of going high and low and everything.
I will say I walked into the office today and Steph was in the middle of the room playing this game, and it was this lovely moment. I was like, hello, and she could hear me. I was like, I'm here. And then I had to walk past her, and as I went, whew, I was like, oh, and I was ducking and weaving to get past you.
But it's really cool. It's
Synthriders?
It's zen, it's fun, like the music is great, like the world in it is really cool. And also one of our pocketeers, Shark, is a beat mapper for Synthriders and has been beat mapping the Back Pocket theme tune. So when that's finished, we'll get that up for people to play, which will be sick.
Should definitely do a play of it on the show as well. High score busting. Pistol Whip. Please play Pistol Whip.
Oh, I will. Yeah, that'll be next for me.
Again, like it's the next step up in terms of like intense heart rate and cool design kind of stuff. But very similar in terms of like, you get in a zen mode, you're ducking, you're weaving, your heart rate's going up. So also I should just quickly interrupt, there's a multiplayer game that we should all play.
You were talking.
No, because I know it's not my turn to talk. Where it's a shooter that you both stand in front of each other and fire slow-moving projectiles, and so you matrix shoot at each other from across the room, avoiding the bullets that are coming at each other while you can watch each other's avatars try and avoid them.
Yeah.
Apparently it's really good
What game
fun.
is this?
I can't remember the name, but it's
Okay, cool.
it's like a versus mode of this, which I think could be a fun thing to try out. Sorry to interrupt.
Let me interrupt myself.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Peter Burns.
I'm gonna be an old man for a bit because I've also been playing the Oculus. It makes me sick.
Really?
Yeah.
But what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Vader Immortals because I'm a Star Wars man, and I'd played a little bit of it when you first got your Oculus, and I was like, well, no, I need to play through that. So I downloaded all 3 chapters, and I tried to play the first one all the way through, and was like,
Are you getting like proper sick, or that kind of just like a bit sweaty and warm?
yeah, it's VR like VR vertigo.
Yeah,
it's like it's cold sweats, not hot.
Okay.
And it's a little bit dizzy.
You are
but not like I'm gonna fall over, but like just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You are cutting your teeth on a game that has movement, though, like that moves.
The first thing I did was the first thing I did. It was like 2 a.m. and I was sitting in bed with an Oculus strapped to my face, and I was in.
Oh, hang on! I don't want to hear this
Is this
story.
your story?
Yeah,
Wait, why is this my story?
I was in
I
that.
play Mario Kart. Leave me alone.
I was in the VR chat room thing.
Oh god,
Is that what
it's
it's called?
worse.
Yeah, VR chat, which is you're an avatar running around.
It's just like
I haven't actually used that at all.
it was just a bunch of American 12-year-olds like swapping skins. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? There was like this giant fat cat dude, and there
No,
was
it's like because then people take on skins where somene's like,
and then there was
be
some kid going,
Dobby, and you,
I've got to go in like 5 minutes. Let me please copy your skin?
oh no, I did play it
2
once.
a.m. in bed.
Yeah.
listening.
I'm just a grown
It's a weird
man
thing
in
'cause
my
you can-
bed, and
sorry.
I'm like, what the fuck?
You can scale yourself in that VR room, so some people can be massive. And I think I played it once, and just a small banana ran in and was like, "Hello, everybody!" And it was like the size of a thumb, and it was like, oh. And for that person running around in that VR world was huge. It was just like,
But I will say they were delightful people. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and they were like, you can do this and this and this, and you just
Right.
like, yeah. And I was like, because I'm in bed, I'm really short. And they were like, you can put yourself in seated mode, and so I put myself in seated mode, and I popped back up because it's like, all right,
Yeah,
if
right.
you're sitting down, so
God.
you're actually kind of.
the question
It's all
hey,
happening as
Are you
I.
getting like schooled by 12-year-olds?
oh, Steph's trying to read.
Steph's
next to you.
asleep in
No,
bed.
no. Steph was playing Destiny or Baldur's Gate or something at the time until like 3.
God, so
I
fun.
would like it if she's there with a tea and a book and just like Peter's in there like. Right.
Anyway, so that was my first. That was the first thing I did in VR, and I still felt sick in that, but maybe for different reasons.
Fair enough.
But I did play through the whole first chapter of Vader Immortals, and I want to play through more because it's sick. You feel cool. I know that you get to use Jedi powers at some point as well, which isn't in episode 1. So I'm like, there's something to look forward to as well. But all the lightsaber stuff feels cool, and like it's like a reasonably well, I guess a well-directed. I have nothing really to judge it against for VRs, for the purpose of VR, but like it feels like a well-directed piece of action.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously on-rail stuff, but it feels like the world moves around you, even though you are kind of watching it happen to you, which I imagine is pretty difficult to get around in VR when you're not sitting in a car, where, when you're not on rails.
Yeah.
It's just that things happen around you. But yeah, like it's a cool little Star Wars story.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, as I said, though. Like, I'd be interested to see you try a few more games like Steph's played, where they are like stand-in-motion games and just get your Oculus.
The archery
feet.
one, you have to turn quite a lot on the spot.
But again, if you're on the spot, it shouldn't really make. I mean, I can't say for how Pete does.
No,
turn,
but like I've had things where I'm generally okay, but like I play, say, Super Hot for 40 minutes or something, and I take off the headset and I'm like, I just have that exact thing of just like
A little bit of
just a
seasoning.
little off, and I'm just a little sweaty, and it's just a bit like, Okay.
That's interesting. I don't get that at all. The only time I've ever had that was when I played a game on really like early Oculus, and it was like using a controller to move the character.
Oh yeah, no.
And that was just like I was gonna vomit
That
like
disconnect was so
instantly
bad.
because your body like walking through a space like that when you're like, or your mind seeing you walk through a space like that when your body's not actually doing it is like no.
Yeah, cool.
I'll just respond to Nicrotex, who's like, do I need the 256 gigabyte or 64 gigabyte? Is that going to be sufficient? All the games seem to be really small,
Yeah,
installed to the headset.
They're like 600 meg, and
You'll fit more on there than you're going to be playing at any given moment. Like Immortals, you'll delete eventually. You'll keep the things that you're like, oh, my parents are coming over or friends are coming over, I should show them this thing.
Yeah.
But like, you'll be able to clear. You'll be fine with 64 gig, and then most of the big stuff you're going to install on your PC and link, right?
Yep,
like,
totally.
You like Half-Life Alyx, you're going to have on your PC.
And I don't think there's any Quest exclusive games.
No.
There's Oculus games, but I don't think there's anything on Quest that you can't play on the Oculus store via the link as well.
I don't think so. I should mention that one other thing I have played, but it's not worth talking about, is the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners just had a Quest version of it, which originally came out on Rift. That was about a 1.5 to maybe 2 gig install, maybe 4. I'll have to triple check. That's a full solid campaign game. People are saying it's the biggest game on Quest thus far. It's obviously had a downgrade, but that's one that is, but it's still at most 4 gig or something.
The bigger thing is actually video. If you're getting VR video and putting it on your Quest to watch like any of those sort of experiences or pornography or something.
I watched penguins. I was surrounded by penguins in bed.
So that because I've done some of that like nature thing because I was showing my partner like the games and stuff. And I was like, oh, so you can do these. And when I downloaded that was like a 10 gig video file. Yeah, it's just got so much information in it. So if you're doing a bunch of that, then that's the only.
What's the temple in The Last Crusade that they go into? That's not really one you can go into. It's just a facade that's in that canyon, that red one. That's that one. I watched like a 20-minute doco that was all drone footage around that area. That was just like, I'm not going to be interested in this. 20 minutes. I was just like, it was the COVID thing of not being able to travel. It was like, I miss being able to go to somewhere else in the world. It's beautiful. That's so those ones are great, but I think you can stream a lot of them is my point of that. So hopefully...
Star Trek Bridge Crew, Sith Cat mentioned as well. I'd love to give that a go.
I've been playing a little bit of that with a few of our mates so we could get you on as another crew member because we're rubbish.
The only thing...
Petra, thank you.
The only thing I would say as well about my experience with it so far is that it feels like the games are expensive. Mm-hmm. I feel like every time I go to buy something, and it's not like when I disconnect myself from like, obviously there's a buy-in to like playing VR, and then you're buying games, and if I step away from the big purchase that I just made, they're not that bad. But every time I spend like $30 on them. Or $40 on like a Beat Saber. It's like, this is just a rhythm game. Like Audio Surf was free and it was cool.
Yeah. I think again,
I feel like it makes sense for music rhythm games. It was more like the Hollow Point game was 22 something, but for something that was just like a dojo and for me a bit broken. I was a bit unimpressed.
I think you're also, I agree because I like even I have that thing of like, oh, do I want to take a punt on this? Because I know I'm only going to play it for like half an hour, really. Like most of it, I'm just going to be like, I want to see what this is like. But I also know that the hardest I felt there was when I bought it, not only because you just like there's the headset cost, but also that's when you're like, oh, I want to buy a bunch of these and see all the stuff. Yeah. Whereas a year later, it's like, oh, I heard this game came out. Yeah, cool, $30. That's fine.
Sure.
But
I haven't seen anything over about $60. Even the AAA, even Saints and Sinners.
No. AAA 60.
No, I agree. I'm just saying everything seems to be between $20 and $40. So, and I agree. I feel for a lot of those things which you just like, I just want to see if this is good. And even if it is good, you're like, okay, I'll play a few hours. It's not a game I'm going to keep coming back to. There's only, I would say, a handful of those. Again, Saints and Sinners, I think, is $50 and is the one that's a full length game. I think people have said it's like 15 to 20 hours, hopefully not consecutively.
How much is Pistol Whip?
Pistol Whip might have been about 29, I think, again.
That sounds all right.
You definitely want to get that link cable because like Half-Life Alyx, Lone Echo is amazing. Like the Oculus Store games, which you go, oh, the prices are kind of the same as like it's maybe $10 more, but what you're getting is like full big cool games.
I did link the headset to my PC already. I didn't have the official cable, but I had like an Elgato capture cable or something like that. So it was like, I think as long as it's USB 3 and not like a dodgy cheap USB 3 to USB-C cable.
The charge cable works now.
The charge cable, it didn't work for me.
It doesn't work.
But it didn't work for me, and it's USB-C to USB-C. So maybe there's something about the power out of the port.
Yeah, because I think
it's also really short.
It needs to do power and data, which is the thing. Not all USB-C cables.
I'll look it up, but I vaguely remember them saying can't be the charge cable, and then they were like, actually, we can do the charge cable. Whether or not they've optimized that.
It might just be that the cable that comes with this one is too short. Because it is only like maybe 40 centimeters.
The one for the original Quest was like 1.5 meters or something.
Yeah.
But this one is so short, and people have said it's because I'm pretty sure they want to sell that link cable, so it's short.
Link cable's like 5 or 10 meters, like it's huge.
But I did plug my headset in USB-C, admittedly to the front port on my PC, but like, there's no reason that shouldn't transfer data. Anyway, reasonably good experience with it so far.
VR. We've all got it now.
Yeah.
We can have VR parties.
VR party.
We can have
office a party in chat room.
We should have that office in Rec Room that's free.
Oh,
you can have a boardroom in Rec Room where you can like write on the whiteboard and throw ideas around literally, and like I suggested it when I was like, we don't need an office, we could all just get VR, and these guys said, fuck it, when are we going to do that?
Who's the idiot now?
Yeah.
The guy who keeps interrupting himself. Anything else?
I'll talk briefly about. Look, I'm going to annoy a lot of people here, and maybe it's an old man stance to take, but I really fucking hate the new Doom.
Wow.
So this is Doom Eternal being the new Doom?
This
or just
is
the new Doom in general?
New Doom, new design of Doom from 2016.
2016.
There's nothing about Doom that appeals to me at all.
Like, everything about this game should appeal to me.
I should have given you this code.
So I've played Doom Eternal, and I played about 3/4 of it, and I really liked it. I just fell off it as we got busy. This is the DLC.
So let me set the scene. Obviously, Doom 2016 happened. It was critically acclaimed. Doom Eternal happened, also well received. This is the first piece of content that's it's being called a standalone content pack for Doom Eternal. It is called what's it called? Ancient Gods.
Yeah.
Ancient Gods Part 1. And it is because it's standalone. And Nick was like, "We have this code." I was like, "I'll check it out," because I didn't really like Doom, and I was like, I could maybe play through like a 5-hour thing and like get in the groove of it. It is not a standalone experience. In the sense that it assumes you have played Doom heaps. Right. Minute 1 is like, let's throw every single bad, tough boss in the game at you.
Yeah.
And you've got I had the BFG and stuff like that. Yeah. I had every gun, and it was like, oh shit, all right, I just need to like kill a bunch of shit now. And it's twitchy and it's fast and it feels good, but I hate the resource management part of it. It just destroys the fun of the game for me.
Interesting.
It's like because I can only compare it to the Wolfenstein series as like a thing that's similar as a shooter, is a mouse and keyboard shooter, and is really twitchy and in a fast moving game, and I fucking love Wolfenstein. And there's nothing in this game that really appeals to me. I don't really like the guns. I feel like the game is ugly as sin. Like, sure, it's graphically really nice, but it's just ugly design. It's noisy. Like, it's just like I'm old manning hard.
You are,
There's nothing nice about the game. And if there was nothing nice about the game and the gameplay just felt fluid and was mindless, I'd be okay with it. And I get the appeal of it being like, it's like a puzzle game. It's like, when should I use my chainsaw? Yeah. When should I
melee someone? When should I? Yeah, it's like,
because it's a resource management game.
It does turn into that. I love that the point you made there about, sorry to interrupt, but because I will interrupt there, that you say, oh, I'd forgive all that if the gameplay was really fluid and satisfying, and that's what it is to me. I love this sort of ballet of dancing, of floating between enemies and bouncing and sort of strafe shooting. Like, I find that's directly how the bit that I enjoy. I don't love the world building and the characters, but that's the thing I really enjoy.
I don't like to jump into a shooter to learn how to play a game. I know how to play shooters, and it's like, this is asking you to play a game in a very different way.
That is strange.
It's not just like I can point and click at heads with a shotgun, fine, but it's like, then I need to play the game the way that it's asked me to play it. Otherwise, I will run out of resources.
It's funny it gives you all the weapons because they do in both games drip feed you each weapon. It's like, this level I finally get the rocket launcher, and you spend that whole level kind of getting good at the rocket launcher, and then 2 levels later you'll get the electro gun or something. It's to give you all of them does imply that you've learnt these weapons, you know what's happening. I've frozen this screen because I don't want to play this anymore because fuck it, it's got sharks.
I saw it as well. Because I was like, why do people like this shit? And I looked up some reviews and stuff, and people were like, the only thing I don't like about this game is you can't punch the shark. Why can't Doom Guy punch the shark? But the
I'm going to give this a
after playing through that initial section where I had all the guns and was just killing all the big ugly stuff, I was like, I'm going to go and play the first mission of Doom Eternal. And like, obviously the pace is a lot slower at the start of that. You are being introduced to the rhythm of it, and like, I don't enjoy the game enough to learn the rhythm of it, which is why I dropped both of the original games. 2016 and Eternal. So yeah,
it's an interesting point for sure.
People are asking
the fact
you to turn the sound down.
Oh, the game. Shit, sorry.
That's right.
The fact that it's like weird.
We've seen the trailer.
It's a weird spot to be in to go. We've put out a standalone title basically, but we have to assume that a lot of people playing this played the game, so therefore don't want to do a tutorial and a ramp up. They just want to pick up where they left off, basically. But then you go, but it's still standalone. So that means you are going to have people buying this that have not played the original. Like me, where I go, oh, actually, I like the idea of just having a 4-hour experience of this game as opposed to like a 15-hour experience. But the onboarding is very, very.
It feels like it's designed to be like it's a challenge for people who are shit hot at the game.
Yeah, right.
Like it's like do this as quickly as possible. I think there's only in part 1 like 4 maps or something like that, and you're meant to just fucking power through as quickly as you can. The guy that liked it, who was sad he couldn't punch a shark, did the first mission, the first part of the game in 90 minutes, I think. Someone who was very proficient at it. So it's like, it's obviously designed to be like, here's everything thrown at your face.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to play this now.
Yeah, I know you like this stuff. I mean, it's not really my thing, just the style of it and the.
See, what's funny is that,
but I like that it leans really hard into it, and I definitely like the first third of Doom 2016. I thought the tone of that, where like the whole, particularly like the just that thing in the elevator with like cocking the gun, and that's
back on
like,
Mars,
oh, you really set a vibe with this.
I will say that Eternal, from remembering playing it, it's batshit crazy. You come back to Earth and there are giant fossilized demons the size of countries or like hundreds of skyscrapers tall that have like stuck themselves in the city, and you crawl around them as a level.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I do remember being on a space station in Mars, and that was kind of like, that was a bit more Doom than this is. So that's kind of why I fell away from playing finishing Eternal. But I want to play this now because I find it strange that you don't love this in the way that what I love about something like Hades is that kind of overwhelmed juggling enemies running around, just powers going off like crazy. It's not chaotic if you're focusing what you're doing. It's not just explosive and gratuitous for the sake of it. If you can actually find a sort of centralized gameplay loop to focus on, and it's very satisfying when you manage to juggle it perfectly.
No, I like that loop. I'm not like, shooters are not really my thing, and I'm also not drawn to the style of it. So the style of it, like just actually looking at it, I don't think that I think that it looks fine because it's going for the look that's going for, but yeah, that's the thing that turns me off. Okay, cool. I will be very quick because the stuff that I've played is very small. So I haven't basically played. I played one thing that we can't talk about yet as the main thing that I played. But then the other 2 things that I played are Manifold Garden, that puzzle game, that sort of Escher style. This one, which has been out for, I think, like a year or 2 on iOS and then on Switch and on Epic Store, but I don't buy things on Epic Store, and I wanted this on PC because of Ultra Wide. It came out on Steam yesterday. I got it. It's great. And I played...
Quite calming after the Doom trailer.
But it's just very cool. If you haven't played Manifold Gun yet, it's just a very fun, fascinating,
don't play that in VR.
Mind-breaking time. Don't play that in VR. Where basically you're just manipulating gravity to solve these puzzles. And it's fantastic. Just the first half hour that I played already, I was just like, oh, I love the design of this. So
Getting great reviews, or has been getting great reviews for ages since early release,
totally.
and everyone says the same. Yeah,
this was like the big game that Apple Arcade had, I think, at the beginning, and but yeah, on PC, on an ultra wide, just that feeling of like being immersed in this weird world is just very cool. So a very chill time, which I'm really enjoying. Then the other thing that came out today, which I played 8 or 9 months ago when it came into early access, is ScourgeBringer. So this is another roguelike, because that's all that gets made these days. And it's in sort of pixel arty sort of thing, which is also all that gets made these days. But it's very good. It's very much a like juggle in the air fight thing. If we just skip ahead a little bit, because it's just like basic tutorial. So it's very much about just like stay in the air, fighting this stuff, upgrading your abilities, and your get slashes and guns and all sorts of stuff. But the movement is fantastic. It's very, very fast, and because of the verticality, it has. It doesn't feel anything like it, but that same thing that I loved about Carrion, the same thing I love about Did I just say the name of the game? No. Carrion. Did I say the name of the game, or did I think of it? The one on Switch with the
mountain
the
one?
redhead wall. Yeah,
Celeste. You didn't
Celeste.
select it.
Yeah.
So,
It has that thing of Celeste where it just feels so good to move around space.
Getting huge vibes like of Celeste from this.
Totally. And being able to like bounce off enemies to continue your movement and stuff.
What the fuck are you?
You are you're a woman with long white hair.
Oh, that's hair.
Basically,
right.
it's a cool. The premise is like this thing landed on Earth, and like this big ship, and people were like, "It's here." They're all religious, and it's like, "It's here because of our sins." Blah blah blah. And then they go, "Okay, we're gonna send people into it," and then everyone who goes in just never comes out. And then you're their best warrior, and they're like, "All right, you're going in," and then you go in, and you realize that everyone is just stuck in here in a roguelike loop.
Oh wow!
Just dying and coming back to life and stuff. It doesn't have a sense of humor. What I just said there made it like, it's funny. It does not. It's very serious about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very fun to play.
On Switch?
It is on Game Pass. So it is available on Game Pass right now. Yeah, very, very cool. I've only played about half an hour of the new one. I played about an hour of it 8 or 9 months ago, when the thing came out. The one negative that I have so far is I've been over the whole pixel art thing for a while. I think even though it looks amazing, sometimes I find this very difficult to look at and figure out what I'm looking at. And the way that this game does its UI is very difficult for me to look at. So your health is up there in the top left. The bottom left is your bullets. You've got your currency and stuff, and your multiplier and stuff down the bottom right, and your map the top right.
So it's asking you to look in every single corner.
You really have to stretch your vision.
Especially if you're playing on ultra wide.
Yeah. But like for me, it's mainly about the bullets and the health. I think in these kind of games, your health should be either on you or just so central to the screen. It's all about the risk reward of like, how much do I push in this room? And I keep having to look up there, and then I get hit by something. So that's my one complaint about an otherwise very cool roguelike that I'm going to sink some more time into.
Maybe it's one of those ones as well that just implies you're not looking. You get into a rhythm and you're not looking at your health, and you don't want to get hit regardless, and you know when to reload or how your bullets work. But I find that's often with those games, I don't bother looking at them. They're just there to check in between maps, that kind of thing. But I haven't played it, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
And then the final thing that I'll add that I've been playing is I continue playing Paradise Killer without you, and I'm very sorry. It's just because like I'm never going to stream that game, and we all remember the Paradise Killer stream I did before. I nearly fell asleep on stream. I can't do streams at night. It's terrible.
I remember seeing a picture you took. You like, I'm going to stream Paradise Killer, and your face was like,
no, Gus had a gun to me. It was down shot. And so I'm very sorry, everyone who feels betrayed. But I also knew that I had to play it before the end of the year, because I was like, this is such a Nick game. I need to know. So I rebought it on the Switch, and I've been playing on the Switch, so I could just play upstairs on the couch while we're watching, like, whatever. And yeah, just
some of Channel 7's Prime programming.
Exactly. Oh my god, that game is just so much fun. So yes, fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, wow, that is big. What you been playing?
I know, it was huge.
Whew, we did it. But I mean, the Switch, the headset, and
it's very exciting.
The Mario Kart thing.
I interrupted a few times. I'm sorry. I did.
We're going to interrupt ourselves before we get to Mario Kart, because we are about to do a couple of laps in the studio. But before that, a word from our sponsor.
My favourite everything that's come out in a while. Crusader Kings 3. So, and you, Stephanie Ben-Dixon, I actually feel like this could be a game for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, to all 1,016 of you watching right now, Lemon Llama, particularly you, Bear Man, yes, so thank you for your sub earlier. People are so excited about this fucking game. Let me tell you about the fuckwit that is Baron Murdoch.
Next time you want a mint, reach for a deaf mint. Disclaimer, deaf mints aren't actually mints. Eating a deaf mint is tantamount to and quite literally is cannibalism. Where would you even start? If you were going to eat a human, starting with the head, that means you're straight up copying a mouthful of hair, and that's no way to eat a person. You should start with the feet, nibbling on each individual toe just to get used to the taste of human flesh. Then work your way up to the ankle. The shin is mainly just bone, so you won't fill up too fast like bread at the start of a meal. Then it's just one mouthful at a time until you get to the neck, and yes, now you're heading into head territory.
But by this time it should all seem pretty normal, and you're thinking, well, I've just consumed a whole man. What harm is a small amount of hair going to do to me now?
Deaf mints, available at the candy aisle in all participating supermarkets.
Cosplay?
Did you say don't say feet?
No, I thought she was saying to Pete because she's talking to Scardy going, wait. And Peter went, come on back to Nick. And Steph went, wait. I was like, whoa.
Thank you very much to Snail XD, Carina, Uher, I think we want to say. Also, was that have you sent in a greyhound before? Was
Anna
that
Melting?
Anna Melting sent in Greyhound.
I believe a greyhound is just a popular dog.
Yeah, maybe.
This was a Greyhound in pajamas.
But imagine if we discovered that two Pocketeers were having an affair together. And because they both made a thing about one of their greyhounds. Wouldn't that be so exciting?
What a scandal.
Tell us more. So thank you very much for sending that in. Of course, thank you to Deaf Mints for being one of the wonderful sponsors of this show. And I hope that our commercial hasn't disturbed you too much. All right. It's time for... Did you say we don't have a title card for this?
We do have a title.
We do have a title card for this because it's time for Very Good Game Play. Presented
font as well.
Yeah.
That is really risky. Presented by AVEXIA. Thank you very much, AVEXIA, for sponsoring. This is what we've decided to call since AVEXIA, you decided to sponsor the show, that's what we decided to call the gameplay segment.
Correct.
Very good gameplay. Well
Thank
done,
you, AVEXIA.
Thank you for bringing that into our lives. AVEXIA. AVEXIA is his name. Sponsoring Back Pocket is his game. I need more facts about him because my inspiration is running thin and these poems have already become lame. So please send me more information about your life, AVEXIA.
We'll grill you over a Destiny raid.
Yeah, exactly.
Find out everything we do.
Well, Steph will, and then she'll tell me about all.
yeah.
I should just put in there as well that it is the same font as the old show, but I did design that logo for the old show using a royalty-free font. So
Rainfall.
Rainfall is the font. It's in the public domain, so I'm not ripping off the show. I'm continuing to use a free font.
And I believe the numbers are intro.
Yeah, the number.
Because
oh my
Rainfall
God,
doesn't
that's-
have.
People don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Rainfall doesn't have numbers, so we had to have another font for the numbers. It's called Intro. That one has
Very
default
similar
looking
fonts.
numbers. Not Intro Inline. Don't use that one. Rookie mistake.
Oh.
Segway.
Font nerds love
This is the BPGP Cup, and the track we are going to be racing is the Low Key Loop. We're going to be doing a time trial. This is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit Edition.
That is it.
Wiggle your feet here, Nick.
I may have set up some
There.
some obstacle intrusion in the way of dog treats around the
Good.
track.
Well, she's
So we'll
currently in the middle of the track, but what we thought we might do is I'll give you guys a run through of the track layout.
Great.
Pete is going to follow with the roving cam. So if we bring that up as well, we should be able to have, there we go, roving cam. Hi there.
Yay!
And as I slowly drive around the track, just to give you guys a rundown, Pete will follow as well. So this is the starting line. As you can see, we've got these little ramps here to get over the cables, because we've got a lot of cables in the studio. So I've made these little cardboard ramps to get up and over. As we go around, we've got one more cable here. Watch out, Boba Fett's just there on the right. Watch out for him. Under our first camera, past Crash and NBA. Then you hit this gate, which is a boost. This will take you under the chair, round to the back of the studio. There's a bit of a pillow there. There's a bit of Sexy Pete and Sexy Goose Pillow. We come around to gate number 3. There's
These props from shows that we've done.
yeah, not sponsored by Stone and Wood.
Not yet.
Not yet. Come past. There's the amateur hour wheel. There she is. There's Scardy. Oh, there's some of the treats as well. Can she have that treat?
Wait.
Can she have that one?
Oh,
God, look how big everything looks in this.
Look at him. Look, I love how Mario looked back nervously.
When
Like, she's not going to eat me, right?
There's some really
He
cool
looks back when he reverses. It's so cute.
Well, watch this. If I ram into the side, watch what Mario does. Ready? He actually has hit detection on little things like that.
Yes.
So then we come around to the final gate, which is under the tripod. Do not touch Peter's camera. This will give you another
Daddy,
boost.
wait, sit.
Up onto the wooden ramp. There's us there. Off the ramp. There's Pete and Nick in the Hearthstone box. Give Pete a ramp. Yeah. Yeah, stuff for you guys. Me, where's my doll? Oh, God. Oh, Pete's on the... What's happened?
Oh, roadkill.
Hang on, back over. One more treat there. You come round, it's a left, and then you're back through the finish line, which is over another ramp there, and you're back at the start.
So we're doing a time trial and it's 3 laps.
It is 3 laps of that track. Keep in mind...
All right, well, I think you should do the first lap because I'll set Scardy on as the handicap for you.
Really?
Because
Oh,
you've done
interesting.
You have
All right.
been playing this all day.
Well, I've
Yeah.
been building
and
the
I've
track.
not touched this.
I know.
And
You-
so Scardy should be the obstacle for you to have to get around.
Okay, and just to show you guys trigger, you can do a power slide like that, and then let it go, and you get a boost. So
What?
trigger, hops.
Wait. Okay, everyone should be allowed. Here's what's going to happen. Everyone gets 1/4 of the lap just to figure out the controls.
Oh, everyone can have a practice lap.
Oh, we can? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, good.
Let's do that
Okay,
as
good.
well.
But I've set Scardy up with
I don't
all
wanna-
these treats and she's desperate to eat
Look,
them.
I will still do the first one. So
You can do the
drive-
first lap.
you
I just
drive
want to
up-
know the controls when I actually...
Totally. You drive up to this
I'm getting
circle.
very competitive now.
Everyone, just before you start, you drive to the circle. You say set up race. We're going to do a time trial. It is going to be 50cc just for us all. 3 laps is the minimum.
Are you setting the time first?
I guess so now.
Yeah. Cool.
And then it's go, and we're going to do it. Oh, hang on. You'll need to create the course.
You already created a course.
I thought I did.
Oh, well, we can... I mean, that's
That's a
fine.
cool
It
feature
doesn't
to
take
show
long,
off.
and you can show off the feature, because
Totally.
it is like... You were talking about paint before, which doesn't make a lot of sense until
That's
you
true.
see it.
So, Steph,
this.
we've got to make the course first. So no distractions here.
Don't
But
say that. Don't say that word.
So you drive through the first gate, and then, as you can see, I'm mapping out the course slowly.
You can see in the top right of the screen where, like...
I'm drawing it out.
Oh, yeah, right.
lines are being
Okay.
drawn.
Very cool way to deal with
It's,
it.
I mean, everything about this is just like, think about all the people who put so much work into this for it to be played for one night. But I guess that it's also, it got them $150. So it's
we go.
phenomenally done.
Even just that, and then it, as I said, it usually remembers, but I might have disconnected. All right, so up to the time trial. I'm going to hit X to start.
Alrighty. Go, Gus. Pressure's on.
Oh, this is happening already.
Pressure's
All right.
on.
Hold on 2 to get a boost. Off we go. Look at that round here.
If I get more coins, can I win in
Booster.
that one?
Ah, Scotty on the track. Hang on, let's get this power slide going. Oh yeah. Oh no!
Go, Scotty.
I'm trying not to hit the dog. Lap 1 successfully completed.
Pee on the little Italian man.
Up over here, over ramp 1, ramp 2. Again, The way he does the little head wobble off the
Oh,
ground.
it's so good. It is funny. You said
Oh
it before.
shit, she's right in the middle. I can see she's... Hang on, we're going to chase her
I
from this bit.
forget that we're in our actual space, and then I see out of the corner of my eye something move on the ground.
Hang on.
Now.
This is going to get tricky. We're going to go through the dog legs. Gosh, that's cute. Still reckon I'm going to get a kick-ass time here. Come on, Mario. Last coin there. Get a little far away from the camera.
Sorry, I didn't have
Power
game
slides
audio on
around.
there for a
Let's go
little
for boost. All them coins.
Just run
Scotty's
on
still
the
there?
finish
Oh, she's on the finish line. Scotty, watch out. Thread the needle. You missed the finish line. How did I miss the finish line? Still going. Hang on. No. Hang on. I can fix this. I can't go back over the
Oh
ramp.
god, this is just like
Yes.
Formula 1 3 weeks ago.
Through the cables. Come on.
Oh, he's beached. He's beached Jazz,
Pete, I need support. How did I not go through that last gate? I went through it. No, I need to go in front of the cables. Thank you. Turn me around. Oh, you put me the wrong way, you bastard. Hang on, one more time around. This isn't fair. Hang on, there's the finish line.
Bro,
Finish line? Oh, what was that?
new record.
Bro.
You set a record. That's amazing.
This is because I said I was going to win, isn't it?
Yeah.
It totally is. All right,
That was
there's my name
amazing.
there.
Scotty's like, this is the best day ever. There's food everywhere.
So, I can go race again, or I can go done, just so you can all have a practice lap. So you go once around, and then you come back to the start line to hit and go.
I don't want to.
No, we don't need a practice lap now. Give me
After
that.
your
Oh, well, I literally have to go around because we can't go backwards over these
Okay, give me
jumps.
that.
So, give that a go. Watch out for the dog. Pete feels rude.
That's so funny.
So, A and then right trigger to do the hop.
Oh yeah, cool.
So, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, yeah. This controls like. There's a tiny bit of lag, but
So,
like,
you could stop here.
it's
Stop
a
there. Hang on.
It's a forgivable
Pete,
amount of lag.
Oh, right.
He's on the ramp. So, you need to stop in front of that first gate and then stop in that circle.
You're going to try and do a three-pointer?
Oh, he's around. Back it up. Sit there and then press X.
Okay, cool. All right.
Time trial.
What time did you get?
I can't remember.
no,
That's all
chat.
the same.
That's all good.
Yep.
We remember.
A. Current course.
All right, let's do it.
And away he goes. Oh, where's Scotty?
You're revving
Go
hard.
from 3. You'll burst your engine if you go too early.
She's gonna,
God, she's right
gonna
there.
start breaking the set because she's looking for more trees.
Oh no!
Look at it go.
Watch out!
Thanks, baby girl.
All right, there's my time.
Daddy loves you.
Well, I reckon it's just a slow considered.
Is your time there?
That's me. That's my time in front. Not bad. Not bad. Oh.
You're beating. Oh my goodness.
That's
funny,
all right.
don't
That still
you?
That's
counts.
okay, that's-
If you get through the gate, it'll.
That's optional.
Yeah. You found a new racing line. Well done.
Yep.
Nicholas Richardson.
Don't you worry about it.
Oh,
Jesus.
The ramps are there for a reason, mate.
He's using all the
Scotty,
right
get him.
behind.
Get him, Scotty.
Thread the needle.
Oh, she's back. Holy shit. Oh, you prick. And he's parked it in front of the do not open badly Nintendo. Oh, wow.
That's funny. I'll go and grab the car and move it.
Oh, no, but this is your practice lap to go around.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Makes sense. I'm just chucking Nick's name because it's good for us all to actually have our names in there, and then I won't go race again.
She's still hunting, man.
I know. I hid some of them quite well, so she's like,
Get off the ramp.
she's got the scent.
A to accelerate, that to hop if you want to hop, but basically just accelerate and steer and you'll be good.
Everyone's saying
That's
it's got
reverse.
intense face.
A to a sec.
Yeah.
A.
The Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
Oh god, the ramp's gone down, Peter.
Oh, hang on. Let me.
So you keep
I'll
going
get it,
around.
I'll get it,
We
you
need
keep
to
going.
fix gate number 2.
Okay.
Gate number 2, everyone.
There she is.
Oh, Scott.
It looks really quick on the.
And then if you
On
slow
the
down and
screen.
stop in
But
front
it's
of
actually-
gate 1,
oh, sorry.
back up a
Good.
little. Yep, you stop there.
It's actually
Drive
very
up to
slow. If it hits Scardy, it's not going to hurt her at all.
No, not at all. Just gently go up to there. Yep, and then X to start the race.
Okay.
You got to go time trial. Yep.
Yeah, I'm totally like E2 because I also did the
Yep.
follow the track with the camera thing at the start as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Scotty is
Scotty.
lying
Scotty.
down in the middle of it.
Hang on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I want to.
Oh my God, it's okay. Come here.
Do you get the boost?
Yeah. You're
Oh
off.
my God.
Here goes next time.
I cannot emphasize enough how weird it is that it looks 10 times faster on screen, and then you watch it on the ground, you're like, that's
It's
kind of
really
pathetically
underwhelming.
slow.
Yeah.
We're also doing 50
Yeah,
cc.
I'll get this corner as we come around. Oh, the thing
Yours is
disconnected.
frozen. It's 50 cc. It can go up to 150. 100 is from the start, but you have to unlock 150.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can see your ghost in front of me, Nick.
Go get him.
No!
Blue thing is,
Go
yeah.
get him. It's definitely not mine.
How do I go faster? How do I do a boost?
How do I go faster?
So you need to use the right trigger as you go around a corner and hold it. Not yet, too early.
No.
That's a lot of cables.
Oh my gosh, no! No!
Reverse.
I'm stuck.
Go reverse. Through. Forward. Hey. Oh, you went through. That counts.
Oh God, I'm stuck. Thank you.
You're still going to beat me.
Da, da, da.
Whoa. The detection that it can see the gates, even in this kind of like the way it's set up.
Totally, yeah. Because it is
Remember, this is-
flooded AF in here.
Oh,
Pete, that's reverse camera. That's your face.
devastating.
We're watching your
You
face.
lose.
I know.
A night. How exciting.
That was great. That was super fun.
This is, I would this would be so much fun with like, I mean, we are all mates hanging out drinking, but if we
Yeah.
were mates hanging out drinking, this would be so much fun.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh God, sorry.
Whatever Pete did say, he's like, I can set up another camera. I was
It's
like,
a
if it
disaster.
breaks you, don't do it.
It's a disaster. Let me have a crack at the track.
All right. Well, you have to get around once more. So, do you want to? You equipped the night armor. Well done.
Oh,
It was-
there's 200cc that you're going to unlock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Let's put. Oh, you put in.
That would be so fast.
You put in my name for Steph.
That would be legit. We know where Steph is.
I'm still 137.
Middle.
So go done. Yep.
Done.
Done. Yep. And now you go around the track. You went too don't go too slow off the ramp.
Excellent.
Very good. Very good.
Right.
To it.
That was.
mate.
I was trying to bumper turn.
That's right trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But remember, you've got to like hold and sort of turn outwards of the slide to then get the boost. Cool. So if you stop there or go around again,
I'll go around again.
Pete's going around again, ladies and gentlemen.
Going around again.
Two
I was like,
practice laps.
there's something in my peripheral that's distracting me, and it was a tiny little remote control car that was driving past the room.
Nicrotex said you lost coins when she kicked you. Yeah.
So
you were
slow down-
stationary
slow
and
down off the end of
detected
this.
that impact.
Come round, and you're good. All right,
Righty.
Peter with the final time trial of the BPGP set at Loki.
That's all set correctly?
Yes, you're good to go. Current course. Take it away, Peter.
And I hold A and B,
Just A.
but to boost at the start?
No, just do
All right.
A on. You just accelerate on 2.
Oh, is it on 2?
Yeah.
I did it just
Now.
before. Oh, right.
Or boosty with Pete. He's off.
Here we go.
Round the
Yes,
first
off
corner,
with that
past Boba
boost.
Fett. Through there. There's a Scotty in the track.
Oh,
Oh, take that.
Scotty
Dog. Not even face. Scotty dog. Past sexy pillow. Background. There she is again.
She's so cute.
I keep forgetting that we're in the shot when it comes around. I'm like, oh, there we are. Next time, just
Yeah,
staying away. Pete's.
hundredths of a second close to
Oh,
it.
but that dog's getting ready to get in your way. Watch out on the next turn. Oh, lucky
Oh,
there.
that's good. I reckon you've got it on this lap.
Well, I'm not gonna cut corners like you little cheat.
That's not cheating. Gates.
That's true.
It's about gates, see?
Oh, he's ahead. He's ahead. Final lap.
The extra practice lap
Careful.
definitely helped me.
This could-
Steph's just standing in front of the screen now. I cannot see it.
Final lap. Oh, I took that one pretty wide.
Good. Here we go.
Oh no, but where's Scotty gonna be? He's gonna get through.
That's a pooch!
Yeah, Scott.
Good girl, you did your job so well.
Come here.
Come here, come on.
You gonna put your name in?
Come on, good girl.
Good girl. No. That's one.
1-1-1 for Pete. There it is. So the final times here, I think Nick running away with it.
Look,
57 seconds. Peter with
sorry.
58. Steph or Goose in the knight armor with 116, and me at the end with 137 because I told you all I would win. It is, must be. Well done.
That's so much fun, man.
It's pretty cute, isn't
So
it?
good. I mean, I think I knew it was going to be good. It's exactly what I think it was. It's gimmicky that I won't play again unless it's a group environment, but they execute it so well that you just go, it is so... Everything that every touch of it is very, very cool.
Are you driving?
And you're so right too. When you had people over, it would be so fun to set up a little time trial situation like this, and just get everyone to have a go and set best times.
As I said, one of the cool things look like you drive under furniture.
Building the course is like half the fun, and Nintendo obviously know that because they've put such an emphasis on you kind of using your furniture in your house and stuff.
Yeah. What are you going to dislodge me? Throwing things at me?
Oh, he's wearing a little outfit. Like a Spartan.
Ah, shit.
Jenga!
We're in front of a Jenga block. Oh, hang on, ready? Here we go. Come on. What am I stuck on?
You're on
A
another
book?
cable.
Oh, fuck.
We got a lot of cables in here.
Nick's found a bunch of projectiles. I just want to hit that Jenga tower. Can I not knock a Jenga tower over?
Is it actually a Jenga tower?
Yeah.
That's proof that it didn't hurt Scardy running into a little.
Yeah, I can't even knock a Jenga tower. Well, there we go.
And it seems to go okay on carpet.
Yeah, it actually is okay on carpet. It's just obviously it's out of range there and we haven't really built the track. But I've got a carpeted apartment and it was fine on that, even going on and off a rug on the carpet. So yeah, it worked.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, TalkBack. We've got TalkBack and competition.
We're going to go to ad and then do talkback and competition as a chunk.
So I can pack down the cart.
Yeah.
Oh, and I could have asked this during the ad break.
Correct.
And no one would have known that they potentially would have been missing out on some content.
Yeah.
Here's a word from our sponsors.
Thank you, Gus.
What's the word I'm thinking of? Not the...
Anthropomorphized.
Fuck off.
Anthropomorphize.
I know I love this word. Like, I'm anthropomorphized. I'm like,
You say you love the word. Can you say it?
anthropomorphized.
Did you add a syllable then?
Yeah.
Anthropomorphize.
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 Attribute human characteristics or behavior to a god, an animal, or object, like PocKART.
Well, let's meet the other chick.
Okay, yeah. Maribel. Best flat white in Rainbow Bay.
Let's go get you a puppuccino, Massive.
And Massive loves puppuccinos.
It took a little while, but I eventually found the cafe. Just as I take another step towards opening the door, a piercing sound splits through the air. I can hardly tell where it's coming from or what it is. It sounds like a squeaky toy? Massive isn't too pleased about the noise.
But he would love squeaky toys. She would love squeaky toys. Oh, I'm so bad at voices. What should it be?
Just think of a region of the world. Maybe she is American.
Gravy.
What?
I don't know.
That was like more Australian.
How do you... It's hard to get an American accent off one word.
Think Valley Girl. That's the easiest way to do it.
Say gravy for me.
Gravy.
Gravy.
Gravy. The buff woman,
She's buff.
having stepped away from the counter,
She was at the counter.
quickly hops towards the curb and bends over. She's... I put too much emphasis on that. She bends over.
Yeah. Just say it another 4 or 5 times. It'll feel natural.
She just bends over.
She just bends over. There's nothing weird about it. She bends over. I see a bunch of familiar names in the chat. And Nicrotex, who we've drawn a logo for, said just before the stream started, got my ice cream, got my weighted blanket, let's go. It feels like a very snug way to watch.
It's very safe space to be in
I
to
wanna
watch
try a weighted
a very naughty show.
What is...
I'm going to infiltrate that weighted blanket.
the hell? So good. I love that one. Oh my god.
The bowl throw is my favorite.
Bowl throw is perfect.
Because the timing of the edit is so.
I also love that, like, it just looks so sweet, like, snuggling into watching the show. Imagine people watch this on the phone the next day while they're bored at work or something, not, like, getting ready for it. It's so adorable. Yeah, love it.
So that was Nicrotex, the VegaBus as well, with the first one there. And then you saw a preview for next week's PlayBack, which is The Best Friend Forever Journey Continues.
Yay! Our journey does continue.
It does. With this... I remember.
It's like you guys forgotten it entirely. Oh, how it could, the ways it continues.
the journey.
Oh, that journey. Oh, the things about said journey.
No, we meet a lot more people.
We meet people.
Yeah.
This is like a heavy multiple people meeting.
Yeah, we've gone from like arriving at the town and being like, who are we, to just suddenly being like,
keys in the bowl, everyone.
let's smash these out. Some hilarious accents came out of that as well.
Yeah, very, very fun time. So make sure you check that out on Tuesday night. That'll go live on our YouTube. Okay, it is now time for the TalkBack, brought to you by our very own Nicrotex. Thank you very much, Nicrotex.
Timing.
I don't have anything funny to say about Nicrotex.
Well, that was his ad that was up there.
Obviously, and he's a very funny man.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can't improve on this. So I've decided that every time we introduce this, I'm just going to randomly read out one of his tweets.
Okay.
So
Lovely.
here's the first one that we've got. Nicrotex on Twitter says, does it frustrate anyone else as much as me that it's not sweet dreams are made of these, so that at least it has some goddamn semblance of rhyming with disagree and seize? Like, goddamn, Annie Lennox, what the fuck are you doing?
I feel like I don't know why I was stalking Nicrotex's Twitter, but I also saw that tweet.
Yep.
And I always thought that was the lyric.
And that's what you were going to say?
It's not.
And that's what I was going to say. And
Peter?
I'm the same.
And you thought the same thing? And so I was like,
Sweet dreams are made of this.
It's
apparently.
this. I was like, I can't do this seg because he's wrong. I looked it up before we started the show. It's sweet dreams are made of this.
Made of this.
It's definitely, she definitely pushes the vowel towards it.
Yeah.
But
I've been
keeps
singing
the
it that
lyrics
way
make
my
sense.
whole life. I reckon 80% of people in the world.
But also,
that way.
not only am I singing it like that, I am putting heavy emphasis on these. I'm like, sweet dreams are made of these.
Yeah. I see you on the sweaty dance floor in the 8 and 9 club.
Both testicles, one in each hand.
And I would also say that the mishearing of that lyric inspired that fun cheese meme where they changed the lyrics to "Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree?"
Hey.
I
Travel.
something Gouda. I don't know. I lose it from there. But
That's how every
look it
cheese
up.
pun finishes. Something Gouda. I couldn't think of anything gooder than that. Forget
So
it.
today's talkback was submitted by BRB Cycling, who, like our mods, is going to get a mug sent to them. Mods all should have their mugs by now. BRB, you're next on that mug list.
BRB Cycling has an entry and then a segment that's coming up after this one.
My goodness.
there
My
you go.
goodness. BRB, you're all over it. Who submitted a talkback for this week. Everyone is all hot and bothered in a good way about Among Us, Spelunky 2, and of course Hades at the moment, which got me thinking, if one had to go, which would it be? All AAA or all indie? And so, before we answer, we want to hear from you guys as well. So jump in the Discord if you're a Patreon member and you're in the Discord. Head to On Hold in the Discord in the voice channel there, and we want to hear your opinions as well. Okay, if we had to get rid of one,
It's an ultimatum, isn't it? So what we want from them and from all of us is which one do you get rid of and why?
Yeah, and I would say that, like, I don't want anyone quibbling, because I know you'll call in and quibble, and you'll say something like, Destiny 2 is technically an indie game, Bungie published.
And it's an MMO.
And it's like, shut the fuck up. That is against the spirit of this question. It is the spirit of indie or the spirit of AAA.
Yeah.
So it's not technically who publishes these games.
Okay.
What are we getting rid of?
I'll start.
Yeah, go
because
for it.
I guess I have an opinion. I would can I have caveats as well? I would get rid of indie games with the caveat that would inspire large studios to look to hire a more diverse group of people to find new ideas, hopefully.
So you're
you
thinking
live in a fantasy world.
So you're thinking all the people who were indie developers, because the indie games are gone, they all then have to be absorbed into the AAA.
Yeah, because it's like Braid happens, and then it's like, well, EA's like, well, we need to make Unraveled or whatever that yarn game was.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, that wasn't EA's money maker, but but it's like
Unravel 2 will become money maker.
They are aware of the successes of the indie scene, and they ape it as much as the indie scene apes ideas from AAA as well and tries to make them unique. So I would hope that there would be some kind of universal equilibrium. The universe would know that there are ideas that need to be found creatively. I think. I mean, the obvious answer to this is I think gamers would be dissatisfied if either of these things didn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because the balance is great. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
It's such a Sophie's choice. And I find that this is like the same for me when somebody asks me if I would choose which like Xbox or PlayStation. For me, there are experiences that I get from both that are exclusive to those things that I do not want to live without. So I hate being asked that question. I hate being asked to pick a side.
Okay, so which side do you
But
If I base my choice purely on what I play the most of by a large amount, it would be AAA for
So
sure.
you would get rid of indies?
I would get rid of indies as well.
Okay, and that's...
But I love indies and I would never want them to go away in
But that's
any
interesting
shape
because-
or form. But it just, in terms of what I play the most of, I spend a lot of time in big open world AAA RPGs and action adventure games.
if the mods wouldn't mind, could we actually get a poll in? Because I'm seeing a lot of people talking about this in the chat. I'm just interested to see, like...
This is at
between
least
the two.
a singular binary poll that people can make a single binary decision about, and it's not going to cause problems.
And the poll should be which would you get rid of?
Yeah.
Just for clarity.
Oh, yes, for clarity.
So you know what you're voting
Because we need clarity.
on. Yeah.
we do need clarity.
Clarity.
Structure.
So I guess I'm the opposite to you in terms of what I play more of, what I have, but it's also not just what I play more of, and I assume it's the same with you. It's what I draw the most enjoyment from.
What
and
you value.
What I value. And I would say that from my experiences playing AAA versus indies, the times that I fall in love with a game from either camp, if it's an indie, I generally put in way more time. It usually lasts a lot longer. It has a lot of indies I play.
You hate tweet the developers and then apologize 4 minutes later.
Exactly. That was like on the cusp of both. That was skirting between the two.
funny.
It sailed a fine line, that game. But I would say that I don't know of as many AAA games that I've played that have had the longevity and the lastability. I have great bursts of experiences in AAA titles. They are like going and seeing a movie. I really enjoy them across the whole gamut, but indies are more-ish. I come back to them, and that's often because of the type of gameplay that they have to create in an indie due to limited resources and limited development resources, that they make games that do a lot with the little, and therefore that a lot for me is incredibly fulfilling, and like I come back to them a lot, and I like roguelikes, I like endless runners, all that kind of stuff as well. So
It's so true. And can I tell you, I felt secure in my decision knowing that you were going to pick indies, because it's so in line with everything that you value in video games. And I know that you champion and obsess over indie experiences so much, and that's awesome.
But as I said, I think there's often a correlation between making games that you could play forever. And I think there are more indies that do that than there are AAAs, and that's how I'm valuing
They definitely
the world.
innovate in ways that AAA games never seem to be able to.
Totally. Hades up on screen, I'm still playing
They're
this.
trying to market to the masses.
Yeah, exactly. Nicholas.
I thought I was actually going to vote to get rid of indies, because I was like, I play so many indie games and I love so many indie games, and I went, but I actually think that for whatever reason AAA has that thing that like that, not even polished, because so many of them are shit. Something, I don't know, something. And I was like, it must be that. And then I started just going through like my lists from the last few years of like my favorite games. And basically like 4 out of 5 every time it was indie.
Yeah.
And so I'd get rid of AAA. It's
a funny one.
Oh, we were 50-50 split in the couches.
Yeah,
then.
totally. I just value those experiences.
It's also that thing of the quality level of indies has gotten so close to hitting that ceiling of,
True.
You are very close to tiptoeing over to AAA, whereas AAAs don't really do. It's hard to reverse that whole thing. So it's like,
because it's always about scale. It's like scope and scale. And the thing that indies do is they generally have a very narrow scope, so therefore they can really refine, whereas big AAA try to go as big as possible. And as big as possible, let's get some more people in this conversation. Peter.
Totally.
We absolutely can. Is the poll finished yet?
The poll is finished.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was, they voted to get rid of AAA.
Yeah, right. What was the score?
It was pretty close. I didn't see the final score. When I checked in, it was like 43 to whatever the other number would be, 57.
57.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Something like that. Yeah.
So Nick and I win.
Paxil and Reva says if it was only AAA games, then they would all end up totally bland and uninspired. I feel like that's the more likely scenario, because they wouldn't have the
Learn to dream.
the
Learn to dream. That's all I'm
innovation
saying.
to kind of push them to think outside the box.
Let's bring someone in.
I'm going to bring Tom Harmathy in.
Do it.
Who was in before you even finished to jump in on hold. So probably doesn't know what he's about to talk about. But here we go.
Here for the lols.
Tom,
Hello,
are you there?
everybody. How's it going?
Yeah.
Yay!
Buddy, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Well, I'm a bit flustered because I had a haircut and then I got the wrong tram home and then I had to get an Uber, but now I'm here, so I'm talking to you guys and it's good.
Excellent.
Did you say you got the wrong haircut or you got a haircut?
No, the wrong form of public transport back to home.
But you got the wrong tram and then you got an Uber?
Yeah.
Oh, I've
It's
done
a
that.
lot.
Okay, that's
As
no
long as you
good.
didn't get into the wrong
You
Uber.
made a public transport error and then had to spend
did,
money
yeah.
on an Uber to get yourself home.
And you were itchy
Classic
the
Hex
entire
mistake.
time.
Yes.
So what would you get rid of, AAA or indie?
I would get rid of AAA. I'm with what you guys mostly said on the couch. I think there's so much variety in indies and the quality is just getting so good and just Hades and Supergiant alone, like that is enough for me. And yeah, it's
Where are you up to in Hades? Just quickly.
I'm in the final zone. I'm having trouble with the last boss.
Yeah.
You mean Hades?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean Hades. Yeah.
I'm currently there as well, so good luck to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
cool.
also say on top of that generally speaking, I'm not the biggest gamer. I generally play games for the social aspect, and I don't generally dedicate a lot of time to bigger titles because I just find them really overwhelming. So that kind of linear and like short, focused sort of style story really appeals to me.
Well, that makes sense because you can't even catch a tram. So you need something that's just easy to understand.
Did you miss a stop?
Part of town.
Did you miss a tram stop because you were playing Hades on the Switch?
No, I missed a tram stop because I was watching Back Pocket.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you,
No
Tom.
worries. Take it.
Oh, I shut him up.
Oh, you did.
That's so rude.
someone
And now
had
that I turned the Discord sounds back on as well, just so that it's clear in the room, not just
So
for
it
me.
makes,
Yeah, it's nice.
but now
So
so
it
it
was
makes a
just like-
lovely little noise.
Yeah, it's like bye.
I just want to say I really love what you guys put.
Who's up next?
See you later. Oh man, there's too many to pick from.
Just drag a wheel.
Oh yeah, let's just do it.
Did you say drag a weirdo in?
Yeah.
All right. Who's the weirdest person I know? B-Mac's a weirdo.
Bring him in.
Let's hear from B-Mac.
B-Mac, do you appreciate being called a weirdo?
By Nick.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, we thought we'd really broken you.
He doesn't appreciate it
You
at all.
appreciate being called a weirdo?
It's not the worst thing I've been called. It's
All
not
right.
the best, so
Somewhere in the middle.
What do you want to lose, AAA or indie?
I think with AAA, it's sort of, you kind of know you're going to get quality, but with indies, it's a bit hit and miss, but when they're really good, but when they're crap, it's really disappointing.
This
I might
isn't an
get
answer,
rid of
B-Mac.
indies.
You've mistaken us for landscape gardeners who love hedges. Just answer the question.
I thought because he was sitting
He
on the
said
fence.
he said he
that
said
was
he'd ditch indies.
Oh, you ditch indies?
Yeah.
B-Mac, man after my own heart.
With you.
We need to support the little guys like Valve.
Do you believe in Beach Utopia that if you get rid of indies, then somehow AAA will be inspired?
No.
I agree.
If I think
agree.
back to the games that I've played and really enjoyed, they're mostly triple A's.
Yeah, cool.
No, okay, fair enough.
Look at this game. Not playing that in your world, Gus.
Thank you very much, B-Mac.
I'm playing a pixel.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
See ya. I'm playing a pixelated dungeon crawler Assassin's Creed that's just constantly, every time you die, you come back as a different generation of assassin.
Peter, I want to hear from It's Time to Doot.
You want to hear from It's Time to Doot? All right. That might be... Is that a reference to... I mean, I know dooting is playing a note on the trumpet, but you see the photoshops of the Doom cover with Doot and just a dude playing it. So
That's good.
it's callback.
They unmuted themselves. Hello, it's time to Doot.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I literally joined the Patreon like 2 days ago, so I'm
Hey! Welcome. It certainly is time to doot.
surprised. I think so too.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Had you only just discovered the show, or had you been stealing from us up until this point?
I remember watching Gus's first episode on Good Game. Years
Wow.
God.
That was many moons ago.
Yeah, I bottled that all up and shut that all away.
Good Game PocKART got me through year 12, and then
Nice.
I didn't know what you guys got up to until about 3 months ago. Then I found out you had a YouTube channel. I was like, fuck yeah.
To be fair, 3 months ago is where we started that YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
that's a
that
good point.
makes sense.
Sorry. I found out you started it 3 months ago. I only found out about 2 weeks ago that you guys.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are you the person that messaged? Someone DM'd me on Instagram, was like, "Hey Nick boy, I just want to tell you, I fucking loved you on Good Game and screenplay and blah blah blah." And it's just like, I hope whatever you're doing is you're doing really well. And I was like,
I wish that was me.
We have a video game show on YouTube and Twitch, and he was like, "What the fuck?" All right, dude, what would you get rid of, indie or AAA?
Indie.
Oh, get out.
Wow.
Why?
Tap.
Why?
It's an unpopular opinion, but I would like
50-50 on the couch.
Everyone's like, oh, AAA is always the same. AAA is always the same, but I don't know. Indie's kind of a bit of a floodgate. Like, look at what Steam did a few years back and said anyone can publish, and then suddenly there's just anti-games galore and asset flips galore and barely translated Russian, flip games. But
Oh yeah, it's the
think,
indie games that brought us Mother Russia, furry warfare.
Oh,
So
God.
you should get rid of AAA because we have that game there.
Well, I would get rid of indie too, because clearly it's a big portion of the gaming market now. So we'd probably encourage AAA devs to actually start doing, more AA game stuff. That's those are the real gems, because I think I more or less exclusively play AA or like high budget indie games.
Yeah, okay.
Did you play Warhammer 40k Space Marine?
I have it, and I have played it, and I just got back into Warhammer when COVID.
That's a 3-star AA game if ever I've seen one.
I would play, yeah, 100%.
The quality,
but also things like your Hitmans and your Dark Souls and stuff that are not necessarily super finance studios, but it's still like a well polished product. You know?
Senua's Sacrifice.
This is where I want to quibble and say that
yeah.
technically now Hitman is an indie because they took it back from Squeenix, but I can't.
I couldn't want to say it. I just wanted someone else to say it, so I could agree with them.
But the quality argument's a good one. I hadn't thought about that, the opening the floodgates to where indies do often flood that whole idea of just if everyone can make a game, there's a lot of shit out there.
No one's making you play them.
Again, have you been on the Switch e-store?
Well, but no one's making you play AAA games either, and you're still asking us to cut one of the two.
That's fair. Well,
no. Direct your hate at BRB Cycling.
Thank you very much.
It's all his fault.
All right, thank you very much for calling in, and thank you very much for your opinion.
Before we kick you out, I want to hear a doot. Give me your best doot. Thank you very much.
I hope that was him leaving, not you kicking him out.
There was a pause of anticipation there that made that all the better.
I was sure he was about to say, nah.
He was like, what octave?
We got time for one more, and I'm going to say Cinnamon's Bun?
Let's Cinnamon's Bun it up.
Do it. Cinnamon's Buns, are you there?
Hello?
Hey!
Hi.
Waiting for a doot. Tell us, AAA or indie, which one are you getting rid of?
Probably indie because AAA inspired most of probably what's around at the moment.
So you
Just
reckon that the AAAs inspire the indies, not the other way around?
Nah, definitely not.
Wait, what?
Yes. He was agreeing with you, but you asked a double negative, so it was a tricky question.
Didn't I not?
Yeah. So, what sort of AAAs, or like, what are you basing this on? Why do you want to keep those? Which ones are you playing now that you think are?
Like at the moment, I'm playing Warcraft again. Got sucked back into that vampire.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The WoW.
Yeah.
The little indie that could.
Used to be sucked into Dota pretty hard.
Do you play
well.
vanilla WoW or new WoW?
I play a bit of both. When I get bored of retail, I'll play classic.
When you get bored of World of Warcraft, you play World of Warcraft.
Well, if I get bored of the current shit content, then I play like the old good content.
You go back to the glory days.
Steph and I can relate. Steph and I can relate because sometimes we have sliced Edam in our fridge, and of late we've been getting sliced Havarti. So it's still just cheese.
My kids love Havarti. Yeah.
It's a very weird food comparison to make in this moment.
So, and what sort of stuff do you? And I don't want to put you on the spot. So if you don't have the answer, that's fine. But what sort of stuff do you see filtering down from the AAA space into the indie space that you're like, we can't lose that?
I wouldn't fucking know, to be honest. I don't really pay attention to indie games. I just stick to what I know.
That's
Fair
fine.
enough.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well then finally, what's your favourite cheese?
Sweet dreams are made
Jarlsberg.
of cheese.
Jarlsberg!
Yeah.
Good choice.
That is a good choice.
Swiss in
I do have,
origin,
like,
but
a-
I think Dutch cheeses are generally better.
I did have like a cheeky third option for this poll. It's just get rid of the shit publishers because they're the problem.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of the devs aren't the problem. Like take Fallout 76 for example.
Yeah.
That got shoved on their C team, where Bethesda higher ups like just make this game, and they're like, oh no, what do we do?
Totally.
I love it. No one wants to make a bad game, but bad people want to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right,
basically,
I love that. I think that's actually the picture.
It's a nice way to round it.
He's
Round
poked
it out.
enough holes in our.
Don't even try. Thank you very much, Cinnamon's Bun. Thanks for calling
Thank you guys.
Cheers, mate. Because there's holes in cheese.
We were there like 10 minutes before you. I will add one more wrinkle to this.
Oh, I bet you will.
Well, because I'm still on indie.
Yeah.
Technically, though, Gus, that means no Nintendo.
Yeah, I've grown out of it, clearly. I had a watershed moment in my apartment recently. I'm okay with losing Nintendo.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So no more Nindies, as they called them?
Oh, yeah, what happens to all the Nindies?
No one
Who's publishing the Nindies?
Nobody thinks of the Nindies.
All right, there you go. I think, I'll be honest, that was not the reaction I was expecting from a lot of the community.
Yeah, fair enough.
To be split. It was pretty split 50-50 almost that entire time. So
Yeah.
that's a good.
I think it's a hypothetical.
The poll was quite a disparaging thing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was 40.
It was pretty close. Yeah. It was still. It was only like a 15% margin.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay,
It
sure.
wasn't like I was expecting like 80% say cut AAA.
Yeah.
Because I know the kind of people that watch this show. They're all Honey Pop fans.
Very civil, and thank you to who sent that one in.
BRB Cycling.
BRB Cycling.
I'm sending you that mug. Don't worry. I'll send you that mug at the same time that I also send out the Mario Kart Live home circuit that we have to give away to a lucky Pocketeer who has already entered this competition. So technically, this person has already won.
There you
They
go.
just don't even know it
They
yet.
don't even know it.
You may have already won.
But we do have a few runners-up. So should we run through the runners-up?
Let's read some of the runners up because they're so good.
Is this a segment, Nick?
Oh, it is a segment.
But who would bring us such a wonderful segment?
Let's not forget the graphics.
Let's not forget the
Gus,
graphics.
Never forget the
Gus
Is it the-
painstakingly makes.
You say graphics. It's a graphic.
That's true.
It's a great. There you go. There it is. It's presented by Raj. Raj, if you want your show cancelled, call Raj. He'll come in all handsome and smelling like a mix of pomegranates and Ted Lasso's mustache.
And banana, apparently.
But he will somehow get your show cancelled. Raj, he nearly cancelled us last week.
So everyone needs to look. Oh, bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
What? Sorry.
Everyone needs to look in this image. Everyone features in here. So Nick is the banana peel.
No. That's
Not
Raj.
everyone.
Oh, that's Raj is the banana peel. Then Scardy is in the
Luigi
car.
Yeah.
And Nick is the young boy playing in his apartment.
Nick is the young boy playing in his apartment.
Technically his Angus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much, Raj, for nearly bringing everything to a crashing halt last week. We have some runners-up.
The competition itself, we should probably outline for anyone who didn't know, the contest was to create PocKART is joining the Mario Kart lineup, hypothetically. So the contest was to...
Thanks for the clarification.
Well, I just had to let everyone know.
Nintendo haven't included PocKART in Mario Kart.
I mean, with the
We have a big announcement, you guys.
quality of entries that we got, I can tell why. But yes, the contest itself was to design a kart the PocKART would ride in, as well as a power-up, a unique PocKART power-up that they would be sporting around the track as well. So we got you guys to send in entries for that. Optional pictures as well, of which we have a couple. But yeah, Nick's got the runners-up and the winner as well, which we will read through now.
So we got a ton of entries, and there were so many good ones, and we don't have time to go through them all, but we'll go through some of our favourite ones. First one comes in from Patrick Widdop, who said that the kart would be a pair of jeans with 3 wheels, 2 at the front, on the side of the waist, 1 in between the leg holes, which are also exhaust pipes. And then the custom pickup would be a wallet, commonly found in pant pockets.
That's true.
It fills up your coins to the maximum number.
That's very practical.
Thematically appropriate.
Sorry, yeah, not practical. That's actually one you would think they would put in the game.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mick Sisifo, I think, said, so he gave 2 options for each. So the kart, first thought was just the Patreon logo with wheels and Nick Boy at the wheel. And the second thought was the cast couches from the set with PocKART Nick up front on the single and PocKART Gus, Steph and Pete on the 3-seater. So it's kind of like a 3-wheel motorbike.
Rocking a Cadillac.
Nice.
Exactly.
I really like that.
And then the custom pickup items would either be pieces of shit.
Which I assume would work like the squid. You just like
Yeah.
pull back and
And again, anyone who's joined us for the first time on the show is like,
no idea.
okay, no idea what that's happening.
Or a severed foot that gives you the ability to drop it on the lead cart Monty Python style.
It's very good.
Which I really like that.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
very
the
good.
visual of that would be amazing. We kind of saw a facsimile, not really, an approximation of that when
Stephanie.
Scardy
kicked you.
when Scardy was walking around in front of the
Oh,
camera
yeah.
today.
That was cool. Her giant paws.
LOWKICAT, maybe? It's Laura, so I'm going to say LOWKICAT.
LOWKICAT joined the Patreon like 2 days ago as well.
Hero. So, a wide rocket-shaped cart made of blue denim and obvious white stitching along the sides. A patch with the number 2, my favourite number, is sewn on the right side and a pocket on the left side for a pocket-sized Scardy to ride shotgun. Scardy will, of course, be wearing steampunk goggles. The cockpit of the cart is an open zipper where the zip tab, is that what you call the bit you pull? Is the steering wheel. The wheels are button studs that spark against the road during drifts.
Cool.
Very good imagery. And then the custom pickup item was jagged button studs wheel, damaged from all the sick drifting, attached by denim thread that shoots out like a saw blade and can be swung around to attack all players.
That's very, is it Grease Lightning? The other car that crashes into it has those like spinning blades on the side.
I like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
JMO on the Discord says a full denim cart with jean buttons as the wheels and a little pockety sporting driver goggles and a helmet, and I just like that imagery. And then the pickup would be much like the squid in Mario Kart. The pockety driver sends out a wave of silence to all other players on the track, causing their controls to reverse and characters to nervously panic, like Gus in a moment of awkward group silence. Liam Abbott says PocKART would be riding a majestic Scardy like the noble steed that she is.
Very nice.
And then the pickup is the Eye of Scardy, which is a Dota reference. It is a cute attack. It rams lower enemy. The attack, which is a ram, lowers enemy movement speed by 40% for 3 seconds. Quote, extremely cute artifact, forces people to be stunned by her cuteness. That's playing to one very specific person on the couch, and he's
Scardy.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I did a fist pump.
Yeah,
Fist pump.
And the Eye of Scardy is where we got Scardy's name from.
Well,
partially.
she's a Scandinavian dog. It was a Scandinavian.
Yeah. We did a lot of research into Dota.
it's a Scandinavian word.
Yeah, and the research continues, I believe.
Noodles says that the cart would be a PocKART drives a pair of trousers called the Crutch Rocket. He literally drives by the seat of his pants. I drew wings so he can also fly by the seat of his pants. Otherwise, it's a fairly lightweight kart. Best to use the small wheels for better traction. Maybe a nicely pleated skirt for the kart's parachute. There's the...
we have it.
We have a few of them, which I thought we'd go through at the end because we don't have ones that match up with all of them. But
we'll show this one while we're
That's
talking
the
about
pocket
it.
rocket. The crotch rocket. And then the custom
rocket.
pickup would be shoe on head. Pockety throws a shoe on the competitor's head, which slows them down greatly while they balance a shoe on their head for the viewers. Bonus points if the player also puts a shoe on their head. I don't know what bonus points is.
I hadn't thought about
how that works.
Coins.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So those were all the runners-up.
And just to go through the ones that we did get images for, and I'd say a lovely mixed barrel of images that were sent through for this. Alex Ford, little sketch there of a pocket. I believe that's the pants, but it's the side of the pants. So we're looking at the middle of the crotch.
Oh, yeah.
As the
As
side.
the zipper, yep.
But the feature I'm a big fan of there is obviously the severed feet.
Yeah. Severed
the
feet wheel.
Scotty, a little Scotty in the middle of the wheels. Also, is Pockety flipping us off?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, fuck you then.
Pockety's got attitude.
Pockety's doing like the Luigi stare.
Yep. One of the ones, Tom Wright sent in the goose wagon. That is terrifying.
Oh my god.
That is but as you can see, the back seat the seat he's sitting in is my tongue.
Oh my.
Yeah. No, I see that.
Pockety's sitting there.
Horrifying.
The custom item is the Untitled Goose from Untitled Goose Game, which I imagine just causes some chaos on the track.
Oh my god.
Really, really love that one. So well done to Tom. Jazz B sent in this one, which is great. So you've got the pockety part. Scotty in the it's like the thing that the Bowser floats around in.
Oh yeah.
Usually. So in that one, severed feet on the side. And what I love about this one, and can I say, like, stellar job on the art. But what really throws me is that I'm pretty sure that's the Mario who's looking backwards over his shoulder from the cover art.
Yeah.
So he's doing that, but the cart's facing towards us. So has managed to Jazz has turned it around so it's fist pumping forward.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate
So
that.
is it
also the wet hand I just noticed as well?
That's
the damp hand.
It's a damp hand.
It's very damp.
Love
detail.
As Mario? Is that...
Yeah.
I thought it was Pete.
I think it's Pete.
I think it's Pete.
Yeah.
But it's Scotty.
But then the
Because
glass-
the Scotty
room is-
side pit. Oh,
The
yeah,
glasses
true.
is what threw
I
me.
do. I'm the boxiest of us all.
But then
so
again, I
feel
guess
I'm
maybe
the
we've never
closest to Mario.
seen. Is Nick drawn as Mario? We've never combined the two. We've never shipped those two characters.
Phenomenal drawing.
Turned into
regardless.
Pete.
I love it. I love it.
Michael BRB Cycling from earlier did this wonderful little bit of. Can I just commend the alpha channel that we're seeing, the checkerboard behind here,
Yeah.
but that still has white around it? I'm very confused how that's all being cut
Okay,
out.
so I'll tell you how that's happened.
Sure.
You were about to say this is photoshopped. It was not photoshopped. This was done in MS Paint.
Oh, yeah.
And when he copied the image with the transparency layer, he copied a grid.
A grid from the PNG that's come across. The X
That's my feeling.
The X on the front there, I believe the entry was from the press X for an erection. You got a Nick and a Steph on the wheels there. All just slapped on beautifully. Back pocket on the side, back underscore pocket, and Scotty driving. Noodles from before, we saw that one there. Scotty Kart from Lisa Cunningham has
Very
done
cute.
Scotty just on the
Beautiful.
saddle of Scotty getting around. Very cute. Stephen Pickstone just sent in this stock image.
Where's that from? Creamstein.
It's like, no, but it's
Dreams Time.
It's a watermark that's like, this is a stock image.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that one. Similarly,
It's it's close to the right blue.
it is. That's as
We'll
close
give
as
it
they've gone. And the business gamer has sent in the suitcase racer, the suit chaser, which is one of those bags in the airport you can sit on
Yeah.
and ride around on.
right.
Obviously implying the pockets and storage. And finally, Aerofoil has done a nice little sketch here
lovely.
that's gone with their entry with the cannon on the back of the classical one. But I love the idea of it just almost like sketched on a napkin in a moment of
Yeah.
I've come up with this as a...
yeah, like the
mad scientist.
prototype for the...
Exactly.
Oh,
They
yeah.
slide it across to Nintendo and say, we've got an idea for a new character.
Yeah, beautiful. And,
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, of course. We're not putting this in the game.
And then I realized I had one more runner-up as well, which was Mitch, who said that, so post-show viewers will get this one. The cart is a dodgy white van that sometimes gets stolen and returned a few days later. And then the custom pickup item is a towel that you hold behind you like bananas, and then when you release it, a flock of birds fly out and blind the opponent.
Very well done.
Very fantastic.
Mitch, was it?
There's
Mitch.
good post-show references.
Good
Very
references.
good.
Excellent.
But the winner, which we loved because I just feel like this one just wove a story and then has a fantastic pickup item. So the winner is Sam Funk.
Hey.
Sam, congratulations for winning.
Well done,
Sam's Kart. Settle in. At first glance, it looks just like a regular kart found in everyone's favorite kart racer. But just as you're about to turn away, something catches your eye. Something moved in the wind. You move to take a closer look. Nothing seems astray. But wait, is that stitching? You head forward, touch it, and sure enough, it's a pocket. It's a pocket in the PocKART. You turn your head to see more pockets covering the surface of the cart. Pockets everywhere. It's insane. You reach inside one and then another. They're all functional. And moreover, they each contain different pickup items. That's right, many more places to store items. This cart must have more functional pockets than all the women's pants in the world combined. No handbags required here. You look up towards the seat to see if you can take this bad boy for a spin and gasp in delight. It's not a seat. It's a giant pocket. Of course it is. It's a fucking literal PocKART. Also, the wheels aren't wheels. They're actually 7 feet that run along the ground. And then
Very well done.
The pickup item. It's a magic brush that turns other racers into hentai drawings. If you get more than one opponent with your brush in one go, they all join together and start doing weird hentai shit and stop racing, so there are fewer people for you to worry about.
That's very good.
Well done.
Well done.
And again, just to confirm, that's not coming to Mario Kart. I know that sounds like something we all love to see in our favourite family race.
On brand. Well done to Sam Funk. Sam, I will send you, in fact, Sam, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to send you an email right now. And because I'm on air, it's going to be very short. But here you go.
Hey, Sam.
Hey,
Be live.
Hey, you up? What's your address? There you go.
No context required. Well done, Sam.
So well done, Sam. And hopefully Sam is watching, because if they're not, Sam's going to get an email from me saying, hey, what's up? What's your address?
You are. What's your
And
address?
that's going to be really awkward.
And also, like, congratulations on the collector's item you've now gained, as you now have Mario Kart Live Home Circuit signed by the PocKART crew.
Are we showing this? Are we showing this?
Because we have to show this based on the fact we all signed the box. But you'll notice top left, Goose, there's Nick Boy, Hexdef, and then we've got Pure who was just like absolutely shit. I've never seen someone more angry with a texter after signing something, being like, this fucking texter doesn't work.
It had a
It was like the worst pen
didn't have a point.
ever. And I said, Goose and I didn't have a problem with it. And he goes, yeah, but you've said a million freaking things in your life. Like,
He was so angry, it made me so happy.
Sad.
Oh, dear.
It wasn't so much that it looks like I can't write my name, because it definitely looks like that. But also, I've ruined the nice thing that Sam is.
No, you've made it. If anything, you've made it better.
Totally.
But it's true. We have had a lot more practice.
Yeah.
We've signed with many different pens in our time. I could sign a T-shirt with a ballpoint pen if you ask me
and
to.
Actually, the funny part about that is when we always get like a texture on a T-shirt when we used to, the team would all lean across and help pull the shirt taut,
Yeah.
so it would work. 'Cause that's the one thing you can't sign.
And that's you can get speed.
So you'd be like, here, let me help you, and then each person would pull the side, but it always worked well like that. So thank you.
Sorry, just while we're talking about that, I think you've actually done them a favor, because we've kind of like burdened this person with potentially having to keep a couple. You valued a quarter of it, and at this point they're like, oh well, that's fucked. So I may as well just
I'll recycle that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just going to say congratulations on winning the what, Peter? The competition we were running, which was... I just want to get that graphic up again. It was the Creator PocKART competition presented by Raj the Banana.
I'm very worried
PocKART.
that Sam
Creator
isn't
PocKART.
watching, and now I just feel weird.
No, he'll be fine. He'll
It'll
work
be
it
fine.
out.
Well, whatever they reply, I'll just tweet it out and breach their privacy. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, everyone, for entering that competition. That was a ton of fun, and we love to be able to give some of the stuff away that we have on the show. we also love to spend time with you, and alas, that time has expired. Just for this evening, though.
And only for some.
And only for some.
And only for some, because the post show, of course, does continue on. And the post show, to get access to that, all you need to do is donate $10 or more on the Patreon at patreon.com/backpocket. You get access to the post show, where I did see people saying, story, there's a story. That'll be a story. There is.
Well, last weekend, I think we had like an embarrassing story, but I remember that there was one tonight. But,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be every week.
Because I think there's potentially, like, there's another thing that I feel like we said on this show that we can't talk about.
Maybe it
but
okay.
It was during the VR segment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can't talk about that.
No.
I feel like that's actually...
We're not getting those.
No.
Yeah, okay, good.
That's the post show.
Yeah.
It's $500 a ticket.
So the other thing I will say is that we obviously will be back next week, but we will also be back next week. We can't talk about what it is.
No.
We can't mention
not
what
for a
it
couple
is.
of days.
Yeah, until like Monday or something.
There'll be another piece of content next week.
Yeah, we will be doing a live stream on Wednesday as well as Thursday. So we're going to be doing a thing on Wednesday that you'll find more about early next week. So, cancel your Wednesday plans and come hang out with us here instead.
But also, we have Dream Daddies that's going on Tuesday live.
For Best Friend Forever.
I mean, Best Friends Forever.
We call breast friends?
No, she said Dream Daddies.
We may as well be- no, but afterwards I said breast friend.
In the office, we've been calling it like Best
Which, depending on
Daddies
who
or
we choose
Dream
as
Dogs.
our lover, we could be breast friends.
That's true.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know who we're actually going to pick, but
Yeah.
Even though one of those women was really annoying.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like the one that
She's
you
showing
think
her
is really
breasts all the
annoying
time.
might be the one that I really, really like.
Yeah,
No. Star map, crazy bullshit.
Okay. They'll have to watch the episode to...
You've got to watch the episode.
You just gotta
You just got to watch the episode.
You have to watch.
See the
baby.
That's a reference. A very small amount of
It is.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching and hanging out. We are excited to hang out with you guys in the post show. We're excited to see you next week. We'll have the news on Monday and Wednesday. We'll have the show, the extra show on Wednesday night. We'll have Dream Breasts on Tuesday night. We'll have this show again on Thursday night. We're just constantly coming at you.
Just don't look at the dream breasts.
Don't look at the Dream Breasts.
So they're not,
When they're on show.
They're not
showing them off.
They're not on show for you to
Let's
look at.
get out of here.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We'll see you later.
Good night.
I don't know what that was.